máa ṣe gbé a máa ṣàwo wọ́n kàn máa bọ́ sórí platform wọ́n máa parọ́ wọ́n máa ṣe òṣì kí ni gbogbo rubbish and nonsense yẹn instead of you to bring out evidence tẹ́ bá ní tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ lé evidence ẹ gbé ẹnu yín dákẹ́ we are not joking here we are serious kí ló dé kí ló dé ẹni bá ní any problem pẹ̀lú anybody láyé ọ̀tọ̀ ẹ lọ́ máa jàjà yín lọ́hùn-ún ẹ má gbòòwò akadákun gbogbo yẹn justice la fẹ́ DNA ẹ jẹ́ ká fèsì nǹkan tó wà ní reality káyé máa ṣe gbogbo rádaràdà rédèrèdè time is money bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò bá tẹ̀ rí nǹkan ṣe kéèyàn sùn kó gbádùn but Mohbad spirit ẹ̀ ò jẹ́ ni if not ta ló ní time fún gbogbo nonsense and rubbish ta ló ní time fún gbogbo ká máa waste time àbí kọ́kọ́ máa wá kọ́kọ́ máa gbẹ́ kọ́ṣà máa pawó kọ́ máa fún wọn ní nǹkan kọ́ máa rí pé kinní kan no ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ síbi tọ́rọ̀ wà ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ múra di ká lọ túra dì a lè máa ṣerú nǹkan báyìí kọ́ máa gbé èèyàn rárá no a máa express kan gbé títí tó máa fi dójú ẹ máa sún wa kan ògiri ẹ̀yin youth àsìkò yìí la máa mọ̀ bóyá ẹ fẹ́ kí changes kó wà nílùú Nàìjíríà a mọ̀ pé bó ṣe máa ṣe fún yín náà nìyí but ẹ bá tún máa gbé rádaràdá báwa ta wà lókèrè ta fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má máa gbé negative kinní wá fún wa torí pé àwa mọ̀ yìí pé adébì kan unless tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà yìí remain the same and it's not going to we are not going to allow this to happen enough is enough Nigeria will oh my better how long have we been saying this for how long for God's sake ẹ jẹ́ ká serious now ní ká má ṣe fẹ́ ní ká má ṣe nǹkan mi but àti yà kúrò lójú ọ̀nà ẹgbẹ́ evidence jáde even tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ ní ti ẹgbẹ́nu yín dákẹ́ orin Mohbad gbogbo nǹkan ẹ̀ tó ṣe ẹgbẹ́ síta kí gbogbo aráyé máa bá wa rí kọ́ máa bá wa gbọ́ kẹ́ máa túmọ̀ ẹ̀ fọ́wọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ò gbọ́ tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ kọ́ lè gbèjà wa bọ́bá ò bá bá wa dá sí tíjòyè ò bá dá wa dá sí tọ́lọ̀ bá wà lẹ́yìn wa a máa rí nta ní ẹ̀san ń bọ̀ lórí gbogbo yín ẹ̀yin ọba kì í ṣọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan kì í ṣe pásítọ̀ Yorùbá nìkan torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà wà ní ẹ̀yà míì tó jẹ́ pastors tó ń fi búrẹ́dì kó wa lọ́bẹ̀ jẹ. Enough of all this nonsense for God's sake. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe. Ẹ lè má bá yí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ jẹ́ náà. Iṣẹ́ bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹlòmíì. Ẹ gba subsidy, ẹ gba gbogbo ẹ̀ kúrò. No basic amenities. Kò sí nǹkan tó wọ́n kọ́ tó lè tọ́ka sí. Bàbá ò lè ṣe bàbá ọmọ ẹ̀ mọ́ nínú ilé. Ọkùnrin mi ò kọ̀ kíyàwó òun lọ ṣolóṣó wálé kó ṣàtìmówó wálé. Kí ló dé àròpá lágbádá máa sàn wá ni tásìkò yóò bá dẹ̀ sàn wá kíjọba gbàjọ àbí kí ni gbogbo òṣì rátirátì yìí. Ẹ dẹ̀ dákẹ́ ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ gbòṣègbòlé torí pé èèyàn yín ló ṣẹ̀ sí lọ́wọ́. Irú àwọn ọba jákujàku wo nìyí for God's sake. Àwọn ọmọ yín pariwo wọ́n sunkún wọ́n dàbí ọmọ òun gbọ́ igbe ọmọ ẹ̀ kó má tagìjì. Ẹ dẹ̀ dákẹ́ síbẹ̀ ẹ bá wa dá sí i. Eléyìí ó ṣọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nìkan bìkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ síbòmí ó ṣẹ̀ síbí nísìn ó lè ṣẹ̀ sọ́hun lọ́la àfọ̀rọ̀ eléyìí ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìkan àbí Yorùbá nìkan ló wà nínú kíní tó ń kọrin ni gbogbo yín náà ẹ̀dẹ̀ dákẹ́ ẹ wò ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò blame ẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ wá ní Nàìjíríà lọ títì torí nítorí fẹ́ máa ṣe fún yín náà nìyí ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má tún wá gbé wọn ni wọ́n pé ìbànújẹ́ negative ẹni tó bá ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ lórí pílátífọ̀mù ẹ dúró sí orí ọwọ́ yín kì í ṣe dandan ká lọ síbẹ̀ ká lọ máa gbọ́ wọn ni wọ́n pé wá ohun táwọn afẹ́ ṣe ẹjẹ́ àfẹ́sí ẹ̀ ọ̀nà kó dàrú kọ́ máa rí tí wọ́n sọ náà ọ̀nà fẹ́ ká máa ṣe and we haven't got time for all that nonsense anyway bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ lágbára ọlọ́run ọlọ́run á fúnṣe ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lérò pé bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ti jáwọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ò jáwọ́ o tó bá jẹ́ ìlú tó dáa ni I need the contribution I need anything ìjọba ló yẹ kó take care of all this even baba Mohbad àbí kí ni gbogbo nonsense yìí ẹ dẹ̀ wá sọ everybody ẹ sọ everyone the literate tí ò mọ wọ́ọ̀tún yàtọ̀ sósì oníkálùkù contribute lọ́tún lọ́sì oníkálùkù rúga pé àfọ̀dọ̀hún tí ò bá ti gọ́dọ̀ wọn ò ṣe mọ́ àwọn ò ṣe gbá wọn ṣá what is all this? èmi ò tẹ ẹni tẹ́ fún gbogbo eléyìí but ọlọ́wọ́n ọlọ́jọ́ ìní á fún bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ṣe because mi ti ẹ̀rí sí rádùràdù táwa ń jẹ́ kí distraction ẹ̀wọ́n ni wọ́n kó wọ́n sọ. I'm not saying you shouldn't say it or you shouldn't play it but at the same time let us face this thing justice for Mohbad no retreat no surrender enough of all this action la need ẹjọ́ gbogbo aṣọ yorùbá grammar gbogbo everything action where is the action? ẹ ṣé bàbá mi mo kí yín kú iṣẹ́ ẹ ṣé ọlọ́wọ́ adúró tì í ojú òní tì í.
Thank you very much, Iyolorum. You've always been a voice, a strong voice in this movement. My heart bleeds each time I remember Mohbad, how the boy was quiet, how the off his light, the boy that was trying to make ends meet for his family, the boy that has tried as much as possible to change the narrative of his family. A young, talented boy that was coming up. He went for a show on a Sunday, and that was the last time they heard about Mohbad. The show he went for on a Sunday, that was the last time they heard about Mohbad. He never posted anything about the show he went for on a Sunday. On a Tuesday, we heard that this boy has spied. We saw some rickety videos where some people were forming cry that Mohbad don't pay. Ilori Olua, you are gone. And the funniest thing is, nobody can bear that your name again. Ileri Olua Oladimeji Aloba. It is sad how you left this wicked world. Over 7 months ago, you've been on this thing, looking for justice for you. Ileri, it is time. You've disturbed the whole world. It is time for you to disturb the people that paid you. It is high time you stand up like the soldier you are. There are some countries that they had protests when you die. Most of those countries, you've never been there before. But they stood up for you, they protested for you. Justice for Mohbad. It is high time you torment. It is high time you invite the people that paid you. It is high time you beckon at them that, guys, come over. Let's go discuss on the other side. It is high time, Mohbad. Mohbad, it is high time you call them to come join you. It is high time you call them to come join you. Even at your death, we learned you were being embalmed by your own PA. You were embalmed by your own PA. And after that, they bought a coffin that is not even up to the salary you're paying them. Even when there was money in your own account that your wife was running, and there was money in the account they gave to your PA. But still, they price a coffin that is not your size. and they bought it for you. And they actually broke your neck in the coffin. And the funniest thing, even the house you bought, after dressing up for you, they did not even deem it fit to put you in the room. They dropped you under the staircase for your father to come and meet your corpse. Maybe if they have placed you in your room, maybe they must have seen the duvet that your father saw. Maybe they must have tried to hide the duvet. But the way God works, God works in a mysterious way. Maybe that's why they forget and they put you under the staircase. Meanwhile, the duvet that was filled with blood was upstairs. And your father went upstairs and saw the duvet, including your mother's sister. It's actually a wicked word. Mohbad, you've come to this world, you've parted ways with us. So we'll meet again, Mohbad. But you need to fight. Because you know the country you came for, they might not want to give you justice. The government might not want to give you justice. The people that are shouting for justice for you, that are asking for justice for you, Mohbad, they are getting arrested day by day. Is it a crime to ask for justice for you? Is it a crime to ask for justice for you, Mohbad? Mohbad is never a crime. Mohbad, it is never a crime to ask for justice for you. But what are we getting? What are we getting? Asking questions, what killed you? And the people that are asking questions have been arrested. It is sad. Mohbad, wake up and fight. Mohbad, you need to wake up and fight. They are showing your people shaggy. They are showing your people that when you don't have money, you are nothing. Mohbad, this is the time for you to wake up and fight. Remember, you said your father is just a carpenter. But he keeps praying for you. Iliriolua, you need to get up and fight. This is not the time to be calm as usual. Mohbad, Omaloba, promise, Iliriolua Oladimeji. This is the time to fight. Mohbad, they are doing your people shaggy. They've arrested Arifa. Arifa was just asking no more question on your behalf. They arrested Veron. Veron was just asking no more question. What killed this guy? Is it bad to ask? Is it bad to ask? And they are picking them. The silence Westo. Westo cannot come on live. But they think they can do it. They can't shut us up. We'll keep asking for justice for you, Imole. The more they think they are arresting people, the more they think they can intimidate people, the more we keep asking questions. What killed this guy? Even you saw it when Governor Sanwo-Olu said that people die every day. So there's nothing special in your death. But the people that died every day for the past 7 months that you've gone, it's still fresh in our brain, right? Like you just left us yesterday. That's the difference between you and others that have died in the industry. Mohbad, this is the high time. Anywhere you are, this is the time you need to fight. Your people standing by you, they are trying their best. They keep coming out asking questions, the necessary questions. The police failed you when you are alive. Even their reports failed you when you have gone. They denied your father police report. Up till death, Mohbad. Lagos State Police failed you. Mohbad, this is the time you need to stand up and fight. A whole lot of things has happened when you've gone. A whole lot. Mohbad, this is the time you need to fight. They are silencing your people in Nigeria one after the other. Visit the people that are silencing your husband, your people. Visit them, Mohbad. Mohbad, visit them. Visit these people that are there silencing your people every day. They've arrested 2. Why? What have they done? Nothing wrong. They're just asking normal questions. They died in the house. They're asking your partner, what happened to you? Your partner that you went, that said you disvirgin her. They're asking her what happened to you. Your partner is telling us that we should wait for the autopsy. And the people that are asking questions now, they are picking them up. It's so sad that you came out from a country that don't look for justice for the average and the low class people. The people in your house, the people in your room, the people in your apartment when you cried, none is being arrested. None is in the cell. But the people that are shouting justice for Mohbad, they arrested them. And one is still in the safe zone. But they cannot come out and talk. Imole, they want to silence everything about you. They want to silence your father. They want to silence the voice of your father. They want to silence the voices of your father. They want to silence people that stand for truth. They want to silence Imole. They want to silence the truth. It's a dark world. Mohbad, look back and fight your matter yourself. You're a calm person, but this is not the time to be calm. They've called your father plenty names. But we asked them that these people calling your father names, have they lost their glorious child before? Did they know how he feels? Did they know how he feels when they lose somebody? That means the whole world is down. They've called your father names. The people supporting you, they've called their names. In fact, they are arresting them. Are you going to keep quiet? You have a strong spirit. You disturbed the whole world when you were gone. When they offed your lights. Even at that, you shouted that, no, this is not the time for you to be quiet. That it did not come from God. Even God, if God have allowed it to happen, it's not from God. Mohbad, wake up and fight. They're using the whole government apparatus to fight people that are asking true questions for you, Mohbad. This is high time you need to fight. If government refuses to give you justice, Mohbad, do the justice now. You have scores to settle with the people that killed you. You have scores to settle with the people that pied you. Mohbad, you need to invite them. You need to have a meeting with them on the other side. Every one of them, including the one that conspired, including the one that heard that they were going to be offed and didn't say anything. Mohbad, you need to stop this nonsense going on. It is what it is. It is what Mohbad is facing. It is what the father is facing. It is what his loved ones are facing. And it is sad when we now have a country, we now have governments that are arresting people, for asking for justice for this guy. Now police can now react, can now respond when somebody is writing petition about cyberbullying. But when he was alive, when Mohbad was alive, he wrote petitions and you people swept it under the carpet. He even said when he was concluding in the petition, he said, and I quote, they said next time they see me, they are going to pie me. And you didn't do anything. And what you're doing now is to be arresting people that are asking questions. And you think your life will be normal. But when you're in Nigeria, the evil going on in Nigeria needs to stop. It needs to stop. It is sad. It is disheartening. Please. And I'll be like, what has it done? What has it done? What has it done wrong? Feeding this young boy, feeding 15 people. 15 people in the house. Inside the 15 people in the house, no one of them, after 7 months, is saying justice for this guy. And in one way or the other, all the 15 people in that house, you have eaten his sweat. And all of you in the house, this guy died. You did what you did. And you even put his cup under staircase. You can't even lie him down in his room. Abi, you were so pained that you cannot even lie him down in his room. And not the narrative you guys were trying to push out. Everything is being seen. It is sad, it is what it is. It is justice for Mohbad. We will not be distracted by what is going on this black app. We're standing strong for Mohbad, and we remain focused on justice for Mohbad. And for all of you that you are a betrayer in this case, God sees your heart. And you'll be rewarded accordingly. Whatever you sow, you will reap. No retreat, no surrender. We keep saying justice for Mohbad. At this point in time, I'm going to open the panel so that we just have a deliberation, and probably we look forward to see our people getting released before the inquest, and God will help us. So I'm going to start, and I believe the people that I have on the panel are matured. Sorry if I don't call your name, and I want us to do it like this. Please, we just unmute your mic. I will make a submission.
Go ahead, York Daddy.
Yeah, go ahead, madam.
Thank you so much, York Daddy, for another chance to speak on justice for Mohbad. Free Arifa. I salute all panelists and I salute all commenters. No doubt it's an emotional period. It's traumatic. At the same time, it's therapeutic. Therapeutic in the sense that you find some relief talking about it. Traumatic because it's a weight on your chest. Will this guy get justice? I'm going to take the same route I took on Olori Ebi's platform a few hours ago. And I'm going to use this moment to speak to the heart and soul of all Nigerians, home and abroad. You are abroad 10, 20, 50 years. Some of you have made up your mind you are never going back to that dysfunctional country. Remember, your family is still there, Nigeria. So you can never disconnect yourself from Nigeria. So what I'm going to say concerns you in the diaspora. And it concerns you a lot
those are home. And I'm going to look at 3 main institutions that we kill ourselves for. We become enemies of ourselves because of these institutions. We are so warped in our thinking when it comes to these institutions. And these institutions don't care about us. As far as you are concerned, you are inconsequential. Political institution, number 1. Religious institutions, number 2. Traditional institutions, number 3. And I'm going to break it down to the best of my ability. And I'll need the help of all panelists and commenters to fill in the blanks, because I'm not going to do this alone. It's collective, so that you can feel the pulse of the moment. In case you are disconnecting yourself from Nigeria, come back home, I did tell you. Political. Ask yourself, how many governors do we have in Nigeria? 36. I can't even count how many senators we have. I can't count how many federal House of Representatives we have. Not to mention those on the state level, at the state level. Not to mention commissioners, councillors, and those in the judiciary. Ask yourself, how many of these people within the political climate has come out openly to say justice for Mohbad? Panelists, commenters, if any of those people have come out to say justice for Mohbad, please put down their name. And if there is none, let me see your response. How many of the 36 governors have come out to say waiting by Mohbad? Be sincere with your answer, because maybe somebody has come out and I never got to see the video. Maybe somebody somewhere, one of the governors, 36 of them, how many don't come out to say, we want no waiting kill this boy? How many? So far, I've seen like 10 comments saying none. So no governor don't come out. Okay, maybe we have senators. There should be over 300 senators in Nigeria, in the House of Senate, earning millions of naira every month. How many senators in Nigeria, apart from the one that visited Mama Mohbad at Lekki, apart from that guy, how many of the senators don't come out to say, waiting by this boy? I want to put my weight behind justice for Mohbad. I want to support this movement. How many senators, my people? Maybe one of them don't come out, I don't know. Mention the name. And if there's nobody, I won't see your response. How many federal House of Rep member? How many state House of Rep member? How many people in the judiciary, councillors, don't come out to throw their weight behind this movement, behind Baba Mohbad, saying we will support you to get answers. We will support you to get, to know waiting by your people. Mohbad no die for streets. How many? So you can see, from the political climate in Nigeria that you kill yourselves for during election, some of you still ballot boxes. When it comes to election, some of you will vote along ethnic lines. Na Yoruba, na Igbo, na Hausa. You won't even hold these people accountable for their past deeds. Answers. Nobody was held accountable. Part of you in Team Justice rigged the election for them. Now we don't see the results. None has come to ask for justice for Mohbad. Zero, nada. Political, nobody has come to say we want to know who ended this boy's life in his house. Nobody. When we move to religious institution, where we have Christians, Muslims. I forgot to add the Isheshe, Ibile, when I made my submission in Oloriebi. So let me even talk about churches, Christians and Muslims. I need answers, so make una help me. Like I said, I don't have all the answers, and I don't want to get it wrong. How many general overseers in Nigeria has come out openly? I'm using the word openly. Has made a video, has gone on live to ask questions. Who killed Mohbad? How did he die? If there's anybody, please put your name. And if there's nobody, put your response. How many imams, sheikhs have come out to throw their weight behind Team Justice, behind Baba Mohbad, to say we want to know who killed your pikin in Nigeria? All over the country, how many general overseers? How many sheikhs and imams? How many? If you know them, put them apart from Afan Labib that gave Gbasgbos to Naira Marley and Sam Larry. Apart from Afan Labib, how many Afas, how many imams, how many sheikhs have come out openly? I'm seeing none from the response from the commenters. And some of you, you can kill yourself for your general overseer. You can kill yourself for your imam, sheikh. They don't care about you. They only care about their tithes and offerings. You become a statistic. So this is a wake-up call for you that carry your GO for head. They can't talk about him. You will come after that person like an hyena. You will come after that person with everything you have because they talk about your general overseer, because they call out your GO, because they call out your alpha or your sheikh. Hear this and no peace. If you fight tomorrow under any questionable statistics, they won't talk about you. This is a wake-up call for you to use your brain. If you are going to a church and no GO has for one day in the last 7 months even talk about Mohbad on his altar to say we want to know who killed this boy, regardless of their tribe. I'm talking about Nigeria as a whole. Ask yourself, what am I doing in this church? Does this man have a conscience? If you are still going to that mosque and your imam, your sheikh, has not even talked about this issue, ask yourself, is it worth it? These are the people that hold the Bible and the Quran. They speak about love and justice. And for one day, they have never asked for justice for Mohbad. Now, tithe and offering, no. So far, your matter no go affect their tithe and offering. You no concern them. You no concern them. Somebody is saying one pastor in Ogun State. That is fine. If you know the name, put the name there so that we can exclude him from those who kept quiet. I like that response. If you know the name general overseer, I am limiting it to general overseers, the owners of churches. I'm limiting it to imams, sheikhs that hold onto their mosque. If you know them, put their names so that we can salute their courage. If they have made an open video, share the video so that we can know. Videos like that of Alpha Labib, so that we can remove them from those who kept mute in the day of trouble. Because this is the day of trouble. This is the day of calamity. Mohbad's death has shaken the core and foundation of Nigeria, and the political institution is quiet. The religious institution is quiet. I move on to the traditional, where we have the Obas. Across the 36 states of Nigeria, I'll be interested to know an Oba that has spoken in favor of justice for Mohbad. If you know any Oba, if you know any Emir, if you know any Obi or Mazi, if you know anyone, traditional ruler, that has come out openly, please drop their name. And if there's none, let's know. So that you can begin to ask yourself, these Obas that we hold in high esteem, do we really need to hold them in high esteem when they can't even fight for their own citizens? They cannot even fight for the people they are ruling over in their jurisdiction. Ask yourself sincere questions, my people. Ask yourself. Don't be so tribalistic and egocentric that you cannot ask yourself, has my Oba come out to speak in favor of justice for Mohbad? Has my Emir come out to speak in favor of justice for Mohbad? Has my Obi come out to speak in favor of justice for Mohbad? Ask yourself, dig to ask yourself those questions. Have they come out? If the answer is yes, put the name of your Oba. And if there's no one, let me see your response. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. Line it to Southwest. Let me count them in case I miss a state. I'm coming to Southwest. How many states are in Southwest? We have Ogun State. We have Lagos State. We have Oyo State. We have Osun State. We have Ondo State. That's 5. We have Ekiti. That is 6. Let me add Kwara, Ilorin. That is 7. Kwara State. 7, right? I don't know whether to add Kogi because Kogi na middle belt. So let me stop at that. 7 states make up the Southwest. So we have 7 governors. We also have 7 senators from that region. We have people from the Federal House of Representatives from that region. We have State House of Representatives. We have councillors. We have commissioners. We have those in the judiciary in those 7 states. I bet make I ask you now, how many of these people have come out to throw their weights behind Baba Mohbad? How many of them have come out to support justice for Mohbad? If you know any, I don't mention Ekiti, I don't mention Osun, how many people have come out in favor of justice for Mohbad? If you know any, drop their name. If you know any, drop your name. How many of them? I'm streamlining it to Southwest so that those of you that are so tribalistic, you can begin to think, is it worth it? Those of you that can kill yourself or your governor, you begin to ask yourself, if I pie or any of my picking pie or any of my nation pie, will my governor come out? Ask yourself now. These are sincere questions. Now questions we dey ask. So that when election come next time, you go use your brain vote. You go use your brain campaign. You will hold them accountable for what they've done. We don't hold them accountable. Those are governors. Oh, so we have 7 governors that have gone silent in 7 months. We have commissioners. We have senators, 3 from each state. So 21 senators are quiet in Southwest. We have people in the Federal House of Representatives in the Southwest. All of them quiet. No sound, no noise. And a human being, no be goat, no be animal, died in questionable circumstances, in an open and short case, in a slam dunk case. None of them have come out to say a word. Dead silence. The silence is so loud, you can hear it. Nobody talk. Nobody talk. In Southwest. Let's move on to churches in Southwest and mosques in Southwest. And I'm going to limit it to your general overseers in Southwest. And we know that Southwest is majorly Yoruba speaking. So I'm going to limit it to churches that the general overseers are Yorubas. For the sake of time, I will just limit it to denominations that most of you can kill yourself for. I'm using my words carefully because I know that we are so religious with zero godliness in Nigeria. We are so religious with zero godliness. We are religious with zero fear of God. We feel quote scripture from here to tomorrow. We feel recite the Quran off head, but we are godly. We have zero godliness. Zero. So I'm going to limit it to churches in Southwest and mosques in Southwest. Because I'm a Christian, I'm going to call out some denominations. Redeem, Living Faith, MFM, Deeper Life, Celestial Church, Cherubim and Seraphim, those in the Baptist, Anglican. How many of your general overseers have come out boldly to put their weight behind Baba Mohbad to say we will help you get justice for your son? If any of them don't come out, I won't see your comments. Maybe I overlooked it, or maybe I didn't come across the video, or maybe I get the memo. How many? Redeem, has he spoken to say yes, we will get justice for Mohbad? Living Faith, has he spoken to say yes, we want to know who killed Mohbad in his house? MFM, has he spoken to say we want to know how that boy died? Deeper Life, has he spoken that we want to know who killed this boy in his home in Lekki and put him under the staircase? Celestial Church, has he spoken? K&S, Cherubim and Seraphim, has he spoken? Those in the Baptist, CAN, PFN, Southwest, have they spoken? Those in Anglican, have they spoken? And you people can kill yourself for these people. Ẹ lè kú torí wọn gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ jí oyin, ẹ máa wá kọ́nà tẹ̀yìn ni, ẹ máa bùyàn jẹ. So this is a wake-up call for you. If you fall in the category and Nigeria happens to you, what they are doing to Mohbad is what they will do to you. You become a statistic. Nobody talks about you. You become a statistic. These are the people that are only concerned about your tithe and offering. Tithe and offering, you know, I'm a Christian, so I will speak more about my religion. tithe and offering yìí náà ni. They can talk about it for 2-3 hours in a service. But none of them in the last 7 months has spoken in favor of justice for Mohbad. None. None of them had made a video to say we will get justice. Once, if there is a single public holiday, you will have a program on that day. There will be a revival. One of the programs, Sisha. These are people that preach love and justice, togetherness. And they have never put their voice together to say we want to know who killed Mohbad in the last 7 months. My people, like I said, your heart and soul, for those of you that are so overly religious and you have lost your brain. You can't even think that what happened to Mohbad can happen to anybody. My prayer is that Nigeria will not happen to us. The religious institutions will be found wanting. They won't stand for you. Your imam will not stand for you. Your alpha will not stand for you. Your sheikh will not stand for you. Your Jehovah will not stand for you. Use your brain to think, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? These are big churches in Nigeria, Southwest in particular. There's hardly a street you will pass through. You will not see 3 or 4 churches. Minimum. Bó ṣe ń rí church ni wàá máa rí mọ́ṣáláṣí ní street kan. Bó ṣe ń rí church ni wàá máa rí mọ́ṣáláṣí látago 5 wọ́n ti fi fèrè jí ẹ. Kò sórun. Kò sórun. But none of them has come out to speak in favor of justice for Mohbad. I move on to Lagos State. Now there Mohbad pa now. How many Mohbad, the state get governor now? Has he come out openly to say I will do everything possible to get justice for Mohbad? Has he even gone to see Baba Mohbad in Ikorodu, the governor of Lagos State? Has he gone there? The 3 senators representing Lagos State, have they come out to say we will do everything possible to unravel how Mohbad died? Those representing Federal House of Rep of Lagos State, has any of them come out to say we want to know how Mohbad died? Those in the state legislatures in Lagos State, have they come out to say we want to know how Mohbad died? Those in the judiciary, state judiciary in Lagos State, have they come out to say we want to know how Mohbad died? Silence, my people. Silence. Deafening silence. Loud silence. Silence everywhere in Lagos State. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé l'Ékòó ẹ má dira o. Na sample be this. Na sample they show you. We don't matter. Just like your daddy said, or somebody said in the comment section, we are in a country with 0 empathy. We are in a country that the leaders don't listen to their people. Religious leaders, traditional leaders, the political leaders. This is a wake-up call for all of us. Ask yourself, how many homicide cases has happened under the watch of Sanwo-Olu? And how many homicide cases has he solved? How many? How many? How many? And during the last election, some of you rigged the election for these people. Some of you campaigned for these people without looking at their past antecedents, just because they are Yoruba, just because Tiwani. We can see the result now. We can see the result. Will Mohbad get justice? I'm positive that Mohbad will get justice. And I want to speak with the Oba that his name is in the petition. I will just say, Oba, remember Pharaoh. Remember Pharaoh. Remember Pharaoh. If you don't know the story of Pharaoh, talk to the Christians that are your friends. Let them take you to the scriptures. Read about Pharaoh. Read about Pharaoh and the plagues that befell him. Read about how God humbled Pharaoh. Pharaoh burú. Ó dẹ̀ ní àyà líle. A dẹ̀ ti rí pé ẹ̀yin gan ní àyà líle. Ẹ̀ ń lu agbára yẹn gan. Kò sẹ́ni tí mi ò lè gbé. Ọba, mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ kí yín o. Mi ò dẹ̀ rí yín fín. ẹ lọ wo ìtàn ẹ lọ ka ìtàn Pharaoh bọ́lá òun ṣe bí ọṣẹ ṣe ń ṣojú. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Mohbad died in your territory. Kí lẹ ṣe? Mohbad died in your territory. Ọba nìyí náà. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ láwọn ìjòyè? Ẹ láwọn òsì ọba. Ẹ láwọn ọ̀tún ọba. Ẹ ní balógun. Ẹ ní aṣípa. Ẹ ní ìyálóde. Wọn ò bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọba. Ẹ ṣá ń gbọ́. Ẹ ṣá mọ Mohbad. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ wọn. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ ọmọ tí Wùnmí gbé dání. Ọba kí lẹ ṣe? Ṣé ẹ tiẹ̀ jáde wípé mo fẹ́ mọ ikú tó pa Mohbad? Did you do any video? Did you come out openly to address your subjects? Within your territory, they ended Mohbad's life. Ọba kí lẹ ṣe? À ń wò yín. Bí ọba ayé ṣe ń wò yín náà ni ọba ọ̀run ń wò yín. Ọlọ́run wò yín. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má gbàgbé ọba Pharaoh. Pharaoh ẹ burú tó Pharaoh náà. Ẹ burú tó Pharaoh. Ẹ tún rántí Nebuchadnezzar. Ẹ ní káwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yín ṣí Bible kẹ́ẹ̀ka story Nebuchadnezzar. Ìtọ́lọ́hún fi ojú ẹ̀ ṣe ní ọdún 7 tọ́lọ́hún sán di ẹran kó tó júbà wípé Ọlọ́run kan wà. Ọba ẹ rọra tẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ ti gbé Arífá. Agbọ́pẹ́ tún ti gbé Veron. Wọ́n lọ́wọ́ yín wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ àlẹ́jì ni o. Torí kò ní bàjẹ́ tí ẹ ti sọ ó ti sọ jáde ó lóun bá yín ṣiṣẹ́ so kò ní bàjẹ́ tí róòbù yín ó lé ẹjọ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni mo dẹ̀ sọ pé fídíò kò ní bàjẹ́ tí kàn yín lára ọba petition orúkọ yín wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ olóògbé kọ orúkọ yín sí wípé Sam Larry Obele àti Elele pé tán bá ti ń nà òun orúkọ yín ni wọ́n ń dá ẹ máa dáhùn petition ọba ẹ dáhùn ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní pé ẹ gbọ́ nígbà tẹ́ jáde gan ẹ sọ wípé ẹ mọ Sam Larry bọ́ ẹ sọ wípé yìí kọ́ lẹ̀ ń ran níṣẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ dárúkọ Obele ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Elele ẹ ṣe Elele ni àti ẹ mọ́ bá ṣe máa pè é ẹ dárúkọ àwọn méjèèjì tó kù and you never answer the petition. Ọba ìrora tẹ́lẹ̀ ọba ọ̀run wò yín ọba ọ̀run wò yín ẹ rọra lu agbára ẹ rọra lu agbára kò ní bàjẹ́ lòun bá yín ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ ti gbé Veron ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé ní Lekki àti Island tẹ́ bá sùn ẹ má dijú o torí ẹ̀yin gan ẹ̀ safe tẹ́ bá sùn ẹ má dijú torí Mohbad kú ọba agbègbè ẹ̀gan ò sọ anything nípa ẹ̀ bóyá wọ́n á sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́la o a sì ń retí kó bá sọ̀rọ̀ a lè sọ let's give him the benefit of the doubt maybe he will speak tomorrow maybe he will search his conscience and turn his ways and go the right way. Oba, you can still do right. It's not late. You can still do right. You can toe the path of justice. Èèyàn ló kú kì í ṣẹran. We are only asking simple question. Arifa, Veron, Westo, tó ti di fugitive. They are only asking simple questions. The same question I am asking. The same question the panelists are asking. The same question commenters are asking. The same question millions of people across the globe are asking. And what is that question? Who killed Mohbad? Ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́ta ni. 3 questions, Ọba. Who killed Mohbad? Ẹ bá wa fohùn yín tẹ̀lé. Àwọn ọba tó wà lÉkòó náà ṣèbá alọ́ba lÉkòó, alọ́ba ní Badagry, alọ́ba ní ọba of Lagos, alọ́ba lágége, alọ́ba ní Kòròdú. Ẹ tún wá bá mi dárúkọ àwọn ọba tó bá wà lÉkòó. Ṣé bọ́ bá wà lÉkòó? Kò sí tó sọ̀rọ̀ nínú wọn. Kò sí tó sọ̀rọ̀ nínú wọn. Nigerians, I'm speaking to your soul. This is the level Nigeria has degenerated to. This is where we have found ourselves. Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world. But look at where we are. A country with zero empathy from our leaders. It's a wake-up call. It's sad. But I am positive we will get justice for Mohbad. And I'm going to lend my voice to York Daddy. Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad. Gbogbo ń tẹ́ bá ní ó máa wọlẹ̀ lójú yín ni. Àti ìwọ tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ tó sọ fún. Àti ìwọ tó gbé àṣẹ jáde wípé ẹ lọ pa. Àti ìwọ tẹ́ ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn tẹ́ ẹ mẹ́mí ẹ lọ. Àti ìwọ tó mọ̀ tó gbé Mohbad sá lọ. Gbogbo anything tẹ́ bá kójọ àmọ́ yín o ṣùgbọ́n ẹ mọ́ra yín. Ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run á mú yín. Gbogbo ń tẹ́ bá kójọ ẹ máa gbé sí ni. Ẹ lè escape ẹ. Ẹ pa ọmọ carpenter. Ẹ gbàgbé pé Jésù gan ọmọ carpenter ni. Mohbad is not an ordinary child. Tó bá mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ́mọ lẹ́ni. Kò ń ṣọmọ lásán. Ó wá ṣiṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run rán ni bọ̀ kò pẹ́. Ó kú at the age of 26. Jésù was crucified at 33. Kí ni yàtọ̀? 7 years ló làwọn. Mysteriously, ẹ̀gbẹ́ ni wọ́n ti gún Jésù tẹ́ bá ka Bible. And Mohbad was stabbed, courtesy of her mother or of his mother. Ó sọ fún wa wípé wọ́n gún ni. So tẹ́ bá mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé wọ́n stab Mohbad, ṣaṣangele màmá ẹ̀ ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé wọ́n gún ni. Ó ní jòsí ló ní kán lọ gún ẹ pa. So tẹ́ bá gbé autopsy report yín wá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ a fẹ́ rí stab wounds lára ẹ̀. Torí màmá ẹ̀ ti sọ wípé wọ́n gún ni. Wọ́n gún ni, ẹ̀gbẹ́ náà ti gún ni, ọrùn ni wọ́n ti gún ni, aṣáfẹ́ rí stab níbẹ̀. So bí wọ́n ṣe gún Jésù náà ni wọ́n gún Mohbad. Nigerians home and abroad, I'm speaking to your soul and mind. This is the country where you come from. There's no way you can disconnect yourself from Nigeria. You can see for yourself, politically, religiously, traditionally. We score zero lágbà. Odo lágbà. Torí àwọn tó ń rúlu wa, they don't care about us. I yield the mic, York Daddy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Crunchy Queen. That's I've always said you're one of the strong voice in this justice for Mohbad. That was so much respect. And each time you come up and speak, it's always something new. This whole system, it is very sad. The summary of what Crunchy Queen said tonight is that the whole system, the whole body failed this guy. The whole body. How I wish when this guy died, all the churches came together and they were so interested and said, you know what? We are going to stand for this guy. And all these big churches that we've mentioned, all of them are saying what happened to this guy. Imagine the likes of the general overseer standing up and they are going to meet a governor. That we are interested in this boy. What happened to him? Imagine where we'll have been in this case. Imagine the general overseers that of our churches that presidents will kneel down before them. Governor come on my forward to say, but it is sad. So sad. So sad. It is sad. What a country. I'm not going to bore us tonight. Let me get straight up to, after Crunchy Queen, let me go to, who is the next person? I think Yetunde Ada. MS Fisayo, Gislova, the Royal Schema, Olaide, and Adiola. If what's the name? If Yetunde is not there, please MS Fisayo, kindly unmute your mic and make your contribution, please. MS Fisayo, if he's not there, please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good night for those who are going to sleep. Justice for Mohbad, no retreat, no surrender. Nigeria, my country. Yoruba, my tribe. I'm embarrassed. I'm heartbroken. This is one of the saddest case that's actually happened to Nigeria, and especially affected Nigeria, Yoruba, and the whole world, and also Africa as well. When I see Mohbad picture, I'm sad. Like, I know him, but I don't. I'm sad that this happened to Mo. That somebody or some people or group of people decided to take your life, take your precious life, when you was just blossoming into a beautiful butterfly that you was meant to be, and then they decided to just take you off, to turn off your glorious lights. I'm speechless, because like country queen said, Nigeria is a country where it's just full of humans just in a country. The population is insane. It's crazy. Nigeria is so popular. We always use this term in the UK, Nigeria to the world. Nigeria is Africa. Nigeria is just everywhere. Especially as Yoruba, we're very proud. But I'm not proud to be part of Nigeria. I'm not proud to be a Yoruba. That this happened. This is going on in our face in 5K HD, high definition. This is a murder case. Mo was unalived. Mo was embarrassed. They embarrassed this boy when he was alive, when he was dead inside, and they buried him inside a shoebox. I don't call that a coffin, I call it a shoebox. Because what did he do? Why did you take his life? What did he actually do? Who says you can take someone's life? I think it's due to jealousy. And they saw him coming. They saw his hard work. Everything was making sense. And they decided to cut his life. For what? And like Country Queen said, sorry, for those who knew that he was going to die, he did not protect him. He did not tell him, listen, you need to pack your bags and leave Nigeria because it's not safe for you. But they didn't. They stood behind, and they succeed. The killers succeeded what they wanted to what the plan was. And how can you kill somebody and just move on with your life? Adura, how can you, as a brother, I doubt you're even his blood brother, how can you wear your brother's clothes? How can you stay in his house? How can you lay in that house and continue with life like nothing happened? And Wumi, how can you move on with life? How could you celebrate a birthday? I already know Liam is not for Mohbad. I don't care what anybody says. It's not for Mohbad. It's crystal clear, because I don't know who she was singing to. I don't know who she was performing to, because that song that Mo wrote was a song to tell us what he was going through. And the so-called ex-girlfriend was singing it like it was nothing. But Mo wrote that song when he was in pain, when they were trying to take his life, and they did. Again, Nigeria, you guys need to wake up. You guys need to wake up. You don't need to be rich to be able to fight for your rights. You need to, even if you're nobody, if you don't have money, you need to be able to fight for your rights. The oppression has been going on for too long. For those who are fighting for justice, and now I've now been detained. For what? There's no freedom of speech. They can't vocalize how they feel. They can't ask questions on what happened. Who unalive Mo? What did he do? Like, what did he actually do? And who are they? Who are they who unalived him? It's so sad. 7 people living in a house, your breadwinner was feeding you, he was looking after you guys cannot, well, not even one can come out and say, but then again, I don't think they will, because their life, they don't care about Mohbad, they don't care about him, they care about their life. They're not willing to sacrifice their life for another life. Their life is just as precious as Mohbad. If you know life is precious, then why would you take another life? A life that you did not create, a life that is not yours. Why would you do that? So I don't think they will come out because they're coward, they're scared, and they're nobody. Because of Mohbad, we know who his mom is, his brother, his auntie, his so-called girlfriend. We don't even know who these people were if it wasn't for Mohbad. But I'm standing for, of course, Mr. Aloba, the best dad, the dad that a lot of us wish we had, a dad who was also a mother, even though it's hard to be both parents. Okay, unfortunately, let's give flowers to the dad who can also, play both roles. It's not easy, being both, being, a mother or being a father. It's not easy, and his dad, did that. Mo was always showed love to his dad, and again, that song was for his dad. He's sorry. I just wish that Mohbad, in the beginning says, this song is for my dad. Dad, I'm sorry. He said it. He was telling us his story of what he went through, and he never said anything about his mother. It's crystal clear. There's the disconnect. There's no connection with him and his mother, because look at the way she's behaving. You're lying because of what? Because of, is it money? But what Mohbad would have done for you would have been till eternity, till you leave this earth. Mohbad would have done so much for her that she would never even think that it could be her. But instead, you didn't pull your son close, and they told you, a prophet told you, this son is a golden son. You need to pull him close, because he will end poverty. It will end poverty. And now you guys are back to square one. You're not living the life you want. You don't have peace anymore. You can't walk freely. You can't do what you want. Your son is haunting you because you know those who killed them, but you're protecting those who killed them. It's so sad. You came out. She said he rented a shop for you. A 26-year-old guy rented 3 shops for you. A lot of my age mates, we can't even do that. He rented the shop for you. He bought you a rented an apartment for you. He furnished it. What kid in this generation can do that? Like, mommy ejo, wow, mora shop metafuni, got the buffet and 5 million. When some people in Nigeria cannot even steal 1,000, and your son was going to give you 5 million. That's what you called a thing genuine more. That's the beginning and the start of it. That no more poverty for you. Yeah, Mohbad, no more poverty for you. Nothing but soft life, soft everlasting life. And now it's gone. You should have pulled with me by a head. Kilo shomomi, kilo fun, ibolo law. Like, what did you went along and you came out 1 week later, you lied to us, we fell for your lies, and then you're crying out saying that it's your so-called ex-husband trying to kill you. You knew who he knew who killed Mohbad, this and that. But if you was a mother when Mohbad was being chased and being harassed, you didn't come out and even say, I don't care about me, my son's life, I will die for my son. You didn't do none of that. She didn't do none of that. it's heartbroken. And Nigerian system is so it's so backwards. It's so, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the water. I don't know what is up with the Black community. I feel like with a lot of, maybe not, with a lot of Black people, do you have to go through the pain to know how it feel? To know how we feel like, and I'm so happy that we're still on this 7 months and we're still going. We're not going to give up, because this was a life that was taken. It wasn't a chicken. This was a human being. And whenever we see Mohbad, we always wonder, Kilo boy is she? It's so sweet. It's so innocent. He even said it. I'm so innocent. I'm so different. He said it, and everything about him. A lot of mothers want a son like him. A lot of girls my age want a guy like him. And you were given that on a golden platter, and then you just let it die. It's just so heartbreaking that this is how Mohbad's life had to end. A self-made songwriter, probably a producer, a performer, a singer, a dancer, a carefree guy, a loving guy. From all the videos we've seen, very affectionate, very loving, very in tune with very expressive, very too trusting, and they got betrayed, and they off his lights. Everyone around him was his friends. He pulled all his family and friends together so they can work with him. And what did they do? They betrayed him. Everyone in his team was his friends. Mohbad didn't source out his own management. No, he trusted his friends and his family to be his team. Instead, they betrayed him. He used his wife. He employed his ex-girlfriend friend as a manager. And what did she do? To this day, she hasn't said nothing. And every time I go on their post, I don't see justice for Mohbad. All I see is you can now rest. All I see is till next time. No, not till next time, because he's not sleeping. Mo is not sleeping. He's upset. He's betrayed. He's angry. He's everything. He's confused. He's not upset. I mean, he's not resting. He's upset. He's angry. And we are the people who are going to fight for him. Unfortunately, it's for those who are obviously in the diaspora. We're the one with the voice. We're the one who know what having your rights is. Unfortunately, I do hope that what is it, Arifa and Westo come out, and Veron, and they come out strong, and we continue, and we can continue. I pray that they do. It's so unfortunate. It's really, 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 really sad. But like we said, we in the diaspora, we are not going to give up. We are more than them. Okay, we are educated people. We're very educated. We know how to talk. We know how to express ourselves, and they can never silence us. Okay, we're not in the Stone Age. Okay, we're past that age. So Nigerians, for those who are Nigeria, please listen to our voice. I know it is easy for us to say those of us who are in the UK or the US or in Canada or whatever. I know it's so easy to say. I understand the system in Nigeria, but just come, don't give up, don't give up, come on the live every day. Support Mr. Yog Daddy's platform. It's not obviously Wester where will forever be here. We're not gonna obviously forget about him, but let's just come on this platform every day. Let's have a conversation. Let's keep talking about it just for Mohbad. We'll still talk about this on Twitter. We're not going to give up. We'll keep pushing and asking the right questions. And let's not give up. If we give up, if we give up now, we're going to let Mohbad down and also his dad. We can't do that. We've came too far. And for those people who have invested their time and money, you guys can't give up now. We can't back off now, okay? So we have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And by the grace of God, we are going to get justice, and we're going to finally going to find out who actually unalived Mo and what was the reason for that. And for those who are talking about, one more thing about the Oba. Me, I'm from a generation where I don't give a fuck about no Oba. I don't care. me Kenneth by the crown. The crown is plastic, probably made in China. I don't care about the Oba. Like Country Queen said, Oba, if you don't know about the story of the Pharaoh, you need to tell one of your Christian friends to educate you, because what goes around will surely come around. You cannot take someone's life and think you can just go scot-free. Could possible. There's blood on your hand. Okay? It might not affect you now, but karma is real. It will affect probably your son or the next generation. And with me as well, you remarry, yes, you may get another man, but you will never get a man like Mo. Iroluwa, I promise, Aloba, you never, ever, ever in your life, you will get married though. You might, definitely, I'm not saying you're not going to find love, but the love will never be the same, because this love was for a reason. God put this guy in your life for a reason. And unfortunately, you didn't see the signs that it was meant to be. This guy was meant to be the blessing that was that was meant to be for you. But due to jealousy and whatever issue or whatever it was, but I don't even care. But my question is, who killed him? Who, what, and why? And I'm going to end it here. Just for Mohbad, just for all. I'm not giving up. So, and also on Saturday, guys, we're going to be on X, me and Olaide. So, guys, please come and let's talk about Just for Mohbad. Let's keep pushing this and let's stop the wrong narrative, okay? So, everybody, thank you so much for letting me express how I feel, and that's my submission. So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, MH Fisayo. Thank you for that great submission. Let me quickly go to the royal schema. Then after the royal schema, God's love should be prepared. The royal schema, please, unmute and talk.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good morning, wherever you are in the whole world. Yeah, I'm speaking from Ghana. Yeah, so in fact, I was strolling through. Even though I've been following this movement, I don't know. I've lost concentration. Anything that I'm doing, I don't know. I will just be searching for updates. What's the latest updates on Mo's case, on Mo's issue? In fact, I have a lot of things to do, but because concentration, honestly, I don't know Mohbad. In fact, I've heard the song that Me or Mogeto, but honestly, I didn't know it was one who sang it until the first day, that the day he died, that I saw some of my friends. You know, I have affiliation with some friends in Nigeria, so looking through their status, and I saw, wow, who killed Mohbad? Rest in peace, Mohbad. Then I was like, almost everybody on my status were talking about that. Now I was curious, who is this Mohbad? And I went through his profile, and honestly, since that day, I've not looked back on this case. Even that very day, that was the day I heard this song. That day, I am sorry. I had to post it on my status. I said, what a talent! What did this guy do? So ever since I've been following his story, up to now, I've still been asking myself, what might have been the problem? What is his what crime did he commit that have warranted like his death? I've just been thinking, even me, I'm not related to him. I don't know him, but the pains that I've been going through, the trauma, I can't sleep. Even my daughter, anytime I'm going through Mohbad's case, she's always with me. Say, mommy, you are still on Mohbad's case, because I don't know. Then I've been thinking, then those who are closer to him, look at Adura, look at Mumi, they don't care, they don't even show any emotion. I'm just be like, what at all is going on? What is the offense of this boy? And this evening, whilst I was just going through again, just looking for the normal updates as usual, I came across Daddy Young Daddy's speech. In fact, what we were talking about, I was just crying. I was very emotional. Then I joined. Then I was like, this boy, what is his crime? I don't even know. I'm in Ghana, but always every time I'm searching for Mohbad's updates. I'm searching for even I'm planning to start a movement here in Ghana. I wish I could have people to support me, but most of them they don't know much about Mohbad. So, but in my own little way on social media, I've been talking about him. Even on my status, every day I'll post his pictures. People were like, "You cry, what is your problem with this guy?" But I don't know. I just because my conscience looking at a guy that have suffered. Last time I was listening to one of Olamide's tribute that he sang, he said the boy he grabs every little opportunity that he grabs. Now that he's supposed to be enjoying his proceeds, they took him off the under the ground. Like it's just painful. It's just painful. I don't know what is wrong with Nigerian government. And I'm like, okay, for instance, allegedly what they are talking about Obelegushi, if truly as a father they are putting this allegation on you, why won't you come out to clear your name? Okay, come Umi, let's go and conduct this DNA test, or you rather should lead this justice for Mohbad, so that people will vindicate you and know that truly you don't know anything about it. But the way you are going about things is even making people to be more suspicious, arresting people who are talking for justice. You've arrested Arifa. Before Arifa was arrested, I was on his platform 2 days. I even had the privilege to talk to him. I was even encouraged. That was when he talked about the voice note and all those stuff. I encouraged him that he shouldn't be going out. He should watch his movements, not knowing they already had a plan for him. In fact, I used to feel sad. Those people who were in the house that day that the incident happened, none of them have been picked up. Is it not strange? What is happening? Why is it supposed to be like this? Everything, everywhere in Nigeria, this name that, like, that is the reason why when anywhere you go, even in Ghana here, when they hear my husband is a Nigerian, but anywhere you go, when they know that, when they hear that your husband is a Nigerian, or you are in Nigeria, because I also grew up in Nigeria, just like we are settling in Ghana. If they hear that you are a Nigerian, like the way they think about you, their impressions, there's no good name out there. And this thing that is happening, even worsen the case. Why won't you do anything to correct the image of Nigeria? And you are making things worse for all the Nigerians in the diaspora. Eh? It's in fact, something has to be done. I'm even beginning to, when I heard they arrested Darucha, I was excited. And the other day, and they said they released him. In fact, I was weak within me. I said, what is going on at all? And I heard Veron too was picked up. What is going on? What is going on? Please, what should we do? What can we do to change this evil things that are going on? Is it because they have power, or they have authority, or they have money? But they should forget that even though they have power or they have money, God above is higher. Like what Crunch Queen said, they should read the Bible, or they should go and reflect on what happened to King Pharaoh and King Nebuchadnezzar. They can have it today, but it won't be forever. It won't be forever. In fact, if I want to be talking about Mohbad's case, I'm even speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I want to stop here, and I thank you for the opportunity for letting me speak on this platform. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Please, let's go to quickly move to God's love. God's love, unmute your mic, please. God's love, are you there?
I do, can't pay. My network is bad. You, Jack Daddy, can you call someone? Give me like 5 minutes. Olaide, please.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, let's go to Olaide, then Olaide, Adeola, Mom Light. Let's go in that order. Olaide, are you there? Olaide, are you there? Olaide, are you there? Okay, Madiola, let's have you.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. Anytime you are where you are streaming from. I don't have much to talk, but I need to talk about these people that they are picking people up. That's why I come up to talk about them, because I hear that they are planning to pick Yes and Amen up again, because he's in Nigeria. Since they said, because Arifa is talking about the prince, they pick Ferron. Okay, Ferron is the host too, and he's talking about justice. Now they are planning to pick Yes and Amen. This is Yes and Amen and host too, or is it bad to ask for what killed Mohbad? Let's say, okay, fine. Maybe they see that maybe Ferron and Arifa, maybe they say something that they think is against the justice. Yes and Amen to say something against the justice. Then what did people that they are supporting Wunmi, have they not said something against the justice? Have they not insult people? Have they not bullied people too that they are talking about justice here? Have they not insulted Baba? Let's say maybe they say we are insulting Wunmi. That's why they are picking people up. Have they not insulted Baba? Have they not called Baba several names? Why are they not arresting them? We are here. We see a lot of voice notes flying up and down that Tolani Oreni that is supporting Wunmi insult Mohbad in person, calls Mohbad names, not even Baba. What did Wunmi did? What step did Wunmi do? Did she arrest her? Or they want to shut people that they are not supporting them up? That's all their plan. Because we are not supporting Wunmi, they think we are going to support her. I don't understand why they are picking people up. Let's say we people that we are not in Nigeria, we are safe. What of other people that they are in Nigeria? Are they safe? Not even a host anymore now. Even a panelist, they are planning to arrest them. And we that's why I come up now, because I feel very sad and very, very, very bad. We need to do something now. We have a voice note of where Tolani is insulting Baba, calling Baba name, calling us name. Tolani, Mercy Fund Me, where they insult us, post our kids, call us several names, post people murder, insult them, and we do nothing about it. Jade Sola is in Nigeria here. Koni Baja is in Nigeria. King White is in Nigeria. A lot of them. And we are doing nothing to them. We are letting them work freely, and they are oppressing us of justice. People that they are supporting justice for Mohbad and Baba. And we are looking at them. They are working freely. They are even planning of arresting so many people at that. Is it till they arrest everybody, finish and plan and arrest family people? Then people will not come outside and talk again. Since we are not doing anything. Let's say, okay, we people that we are in Nigeria, we people in Nigeria be the only one listening to justice, talking about justice. They are oppressing us now. They are arresting people. We need to make a move. We need to do something. We are praying, yes. Because I tag Mr. Guresi is saying, telling us that we need to be prayerful. We are praying every day, but prayer without action is nothing. We need to make a move. We need to do action. Maybe if we arrest one of them too, then it's going to be draw. They insult. We have so many evidence out there that they insult Baba, cause us too. The police expect them to cause us, insult us, and we are doing nothing. Is that what they want? Now police is oppressing us by arresting us. They show, maybe they write petition with evidence. Then let's have a petition too with our own evidence too. We have a lot of evidence that they insult us with. They cause Baba with. They insult Mohbad in person. We have a lot of evidence there. Why the lawyers cannot work with that and show it to police? Let's say, okay, that's why they arrest Arifa and Ferron. Then let's show our own too and make it move. Show it to them. Let's now see what they are going to do. Then if they are not making a move, let's take them to court. The police is oppressing us by arresting our people that they are talking of justice, where they are not doing the same thing to Team Wunmi. People that they are supporting Wunmi. We see they post Queen, Crush Queen. They post her on Instagram, insulting her, call her several names. They said because she said they want to take Liam out of the way, that's not what she said. They cut what she said and post what they want people to hear. They post that they are threatening that they need to look for her address and do such of things and make them deport her enemy to Nigeria, do this because we are told how bad it is. So people don't have a freedom of choice again. We don't have freedom of speech. We cannot say our rights, which is can never have in any other country except Nigeria. If police don't want people to talk again, then they should cancel Team Wumi so that they are supporting Wumi. Not only us that we are talking. Being us not supporting Wumi does not mean we don't know what we are doing. It's our choice. I support who I want to. They will not tell me who to support. Then they cannot be oppressing me because I support who I feel like I will support. The first time I come to this justice for Mohbad, I support Wumi, and the first time I'm going up, I go to Konibaje life. That time. But when I see that that's not the way and that's the lie, they said the lies to us. And when I see that this what they are saying is not even making any sense and it's not doing, I go back. The first time I will talk about this justice for Mohbad, it's on Konibaje life. And since then, when I see that, and I move back and I've never go there again. So why would they be oppressing us because we have our own choice of supporting people and we have our choice of talking? That's why I said we need to make a move too. There's a lot of evidence say where Jade Sola be Jade Joko Tadi what's it called? Where he is calling Baba name, insulting him. Some people even edit Baba picture. Such of rubbish. We never even do up to that. They will come to our DM, curse us. I have a lot of people coming to my DM because I support who I want to support. They come to my DM, they curse me, they said such many stupid things about me. They insult my kids just because of justice for Mohbad. On a normal ground, they have no right. They don't bond their father well. They cannot even see me in person and have the mouth to people that they are even seeing that are even not up to my standard. Because of justice for Mohbad, they come to my DM, they talk about me, about my kids. That goes on, or what's he calling her name? Is telling me that my kids are something, my kids are this, my kids are that, because of what? I support on a normal ground, they cannot even see my kids and even I don't just want to talk. Even their Liam that they are supporting, I tell her in her face, the Liam that they are supporting, they cannot even withstand my kids. It's not a mouth. I'm not making mouth here. Liam is not, you cannot even stand beside my kids. I'm not begging. Did I beg me for money? Am I begging all of them for money? Are they feeding me? Are they mad? Why will they be oppressing me and they think they can insult me because of my choice? Now if they arrest everybody in Nigeria, what are we going to do? Is it if they arrest them finish that we are going to know what to do? They have arrested 2 people and they're still planning to arrest more. So I come up to say maybe we need to do something. Maybe we have another new lawyer that is fighting for us. Justice, people that they are talking on justice for Mohbad, not Baba's lawyer. Anybody that calls you or that we have their video, they should post it out that they have called them before. Then we should write petition and send it to Nigeria police. I see where they post Mommy Lighton picture, causing her, saying such of nonsense about her because she supports who she supports. Is that how they fight justice? Now they are saying they are writing petition against us to arrest us. Please, we need to do something and act fast on it. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Alaide, are you there? Alaide to the lab people. More lights, let's have you.
Hello, good evening, or good day to everybody over there. Yeah, I'm disheartened because of the way they're arresting our people, the justice for Mohbad people. And at the same time, when people talk, I feel a little bit amused when they're saying, why can't they pick this up? Baba's team, Baba Lega team are not doing anything. See the way they have been bullying Baba Mohbad all this time. See the way they have been doing it and they have not been arrested. I think people should know that these people we are fighting They are the government of Lagos and at the same time the federal government. These people, they are criminals. We came out about 7 months ago to fight for justice for Mohbad. And what we expected in fighting for justice for Mohbad is to arrest those connected or those who were with Mohbad 72 hours before his death. This is what we've been clamoring for the past 7 months. What have they done? Have they been able to achieve, have they been able to arrest any one of them? How much now we are talking less of the bullying that they are bullying justice for Mohbad? Let's think. Baba has something to do, but he cannot do more than his power. Even with all this legal team, they have to follow things legally. And you should always remember that these police are compromised. No matter the amount of petition written by the justice for Mohbad, they don't care, they don't bother to even act on it. But once the anti-justice wrote or they bring out a petition, they immediately act on it. We don't want this Baba to die on time, because he has many problems. He will be thinking of the death of his son. He will be thinking about his family, the lost family, because in his family now, I think he's left alone. Apart from maybe his new family, but the former family, all of them they have all rejected him. He will be thinking of the dead one, he'll be thinking of the lost family, and at the same time, thinking about the justice. His problem now will be aggravated with even the arrest of those people supporting him. And upon the whole, they are trying to seek for redress. Still, these people are not allowing justice to prevail. Gbogbo wa la rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ now. We are all seeing the way they are bullying the justice for Mohbad. We are all seeing how they are making jest of us. We are all seeing how they are bullying Baba Mohbad. But not that actions cannot be taken, but will these actions, will they allow it to, will they, treat this action? Will they treat all these petitions? Are the police ready to treat any actions taken by the legal team of Baba Mohbad? Are they ready to take action on the justice for Mohbad movement, people who are advocating for things to be right? Why did Gushi or Babaleki, why did they arrest these people? Why? I think there is human rights in every country, and people should be able to exhibit their human rights. If the name of this man is under the petition, nobody would have even said anything about him. Has he ever thought of the reason why people are mentioning his name? Ṣé wọ́n ti rò rí kí ni ìdí tí àwọn èèyàn fi ń dárúkọ wọn? Ọba Ọ̀ni ò sí nínú lẹ́tà, Ọba Ìbàdàn ò sí nínú lẹ́tà, Ọba Èkó gangan ò sí nínú lẹ́tà, but the petition wrote Elegushi and others. And barely 3 months after this petition was written, the deed was done. And you don't want people to talk. This is damn too serious. Honestly, Timba, each time I'm thinking, I'm lost in thought, because I don't know why people are behaving in such a way. Ṣé taba wa ti wá jẹ́ ọba àti wá di Ọlọ́run ni, àbí àwa la ní gbogbo ayé? Ẹ pààyàn, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń béèrè kí ló dé, kí ló fa ikú ọmọ yìí, ọmọ tí ó ṣàìsàn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, ọmọ tó lọ sí show tó dé, tó dẹ̀ kú mysteriously. A dẹ̀ ń béèrè pé kí ló pa ọmọ yìí, ẹ dẹ̀ ní ká mórí wá, ká fọrùn sílẹ̀. This is never done anywhere. Ẹ wá ń gbé àwọn èèyàn, ẹ wá ń gbé wọn, èèyàn mélòó lẹ fẹ́ gbé tán? The problem I have ni pé tẹ́ bá sọ pé protesting sí, wọ́n lọ gbébọn jáde, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pààyàn. Táwọn tó wà Nigerians tó bá ṣe wàhálà jù, ẹ máa lọ gbé wọn káàkiri. tí bá ṣe pé àwọn tó bá wà ní diaspora nìkan lè agbára yín ò ká ẹ̀yin ò dẹ̀ fi ti diaspora wé ojoojúmọ́ náà ń bú Trump ojoojúmọ́ náà ń bú Biden ojoojúmọ́ náà ń bú gbogbo àwọn olórí nílùú ìlú yìí kí náà fi wọ́n ṣe I don't understand ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run mi ò fẹ́ kẹ́nìbọ̀dì bú legal team mi dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́nìbọ̀dì bú bàbá Mohbad ó yẹ ká mọ̀ pé nǹkan tá a fi jáde ni nítorí justice for Mohbad níta wá fi ṣe tó ń lọ oṣù kẹjọ tí wọn fi wá gbé Wùnmí tí wọn gbé Dàróṣà tí wọn gbé gbogbo àwọn tó wà nílé ṣé ìgbà yẹn àwọn tó wá ń búlì bàbá tí ò tiẹ̀ jọ mọ́ pé bóyá ń pààyàn ṣé òun ni àwa máa sọ wípé take legal action àbí wọn ṣe tó wọn ṣe gbá wọn ṣàwo it's high time káwa náà petition wọn it's high time tá a bá petition wọn tán bá ṣe nǹkan kan lórí ẹ̀ nǹkan. Just let's think of another way tá a lè gbà because bàbá Lẹ́kì yìí kò fẹ́ kí àṣírí òun tú bí ó dẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ káṣírí òun tú is trying to cover up all his crimes by every means ló fẹ́ fi cover up kò matter whose all is guilt he's ready to do and undo. Nǹkan tèmi ò bá suggest nsìn ni pé tí Ọlọ́run bá fún wa lágbára if people can contribute more on the GoFundMe èmi ò bá tún ní kán tún hire more SAN mo mọ̀ pé owó SAN ò kì í ṣe kékeré kó jẹ́ pé SAN gan ni wọ́n máa gbà fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń disturb human rights wọn irú àwọn Arifa Westo and Veron anybody tó bá láwọn fẹ́ gbé tó bá fẹ́ máa pa ẹnu wọn mọ́ kán gba SAN fún wọn because you cannot just stop anybody from having his own fundamental right it is wrong. So tí Ọlọ́run bá lè ṣe tá a bá lè dá owó tá a bá gba SAN tó bá ń fight gbogbo ẹ̀ legally Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ because tá a bá sọ pé a dúró pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá àti pé a fẹ́ máa face àwọn people yìí gbogbo bí náà ti compromise ẹ ti mọ̀ pé even ever before this case started the case has been compromised olófin sọ all stations are settled ó ní wọn ò fi gba òkú ọmọ náà fi kọ police report fún wọn because I don't know why maybe people easily forget kí ló bá wa débi tá a dé yìí they are doing the things in the right way ṣá máa débi tá a dé lẹ́nìí ni. These people are not doing things in the right way and this is what brought us to this stage. Ṣé nǹkan tó wá gbé wa débi tá a dé tá a ṣe ń fa ẹ̀ ṣé ìsìn la máa claim pé kan lọ gbé àwọn kan bú bàbá kan lọ gbé wọn kan competition ilé ìfúngbá kan competition ṣé àwọn tó ti jápọ́n ti compromise láti ilẹ̀ ṣé irú ìsìn náà wọ́n tiẹ̀ fẹ́ rí wa because gbogbo àwa tá à ń jà fún justice for Mohbad wọn tiẹ̀ fẹ́ rí wa lójú rárá pé anything tá a bá tiẹ̀ ṣe they are not ready to support us but Ọlọ́run á jù wọ́n lọ torí pé Ọlọ́run kì í ṣe ọba àkà kò dẹ̀ kì í ṣe ẹni bí and for àdúrà cannot be the same títí ayé ò fi parẹ́ mọ́ because you saw your brother you saw when he was lying in his cold blood and you refuse to speak out tó bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa pàwọ́ náà tẹ̀lé ni tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ but that memory will never leave him ọmọ yẹn rí o bó ṣe máa wò bí ọ̀dẹ̀ nìyẹn títí ayérayé it can never be sane again because kíní ẹ bó bá ṣe ń rántí time tó bá ṣe ń rántí wípé ojú màá ní broda ìṣekú ó máa fún ní trauma ni and that trauma will continue with him till the end of his life ìyẹn tí ò bá eventually commit suicide fúnra rẹ̀. And for Wunmi, I want us to make sure if it is only one thing we can get to make sure we get Mohbad's property to get it away from her. She must do the DNA and we must retrieve Mohbad's property from her. Nítorí pé kò lè gbé ọmọ àlè wá sílé kó dẹ̀ tún pa Mohbad kó tún lòun ó gbógun tí wọ́n bá láwọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ ká rí justice o kò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ogun Mohbad lọ but I'm still saying and I'm saying justice there will be justice ikú gbígbóná ó ní gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad ikú gbígbóná ni wọ́n á kú lórúkọ Jésù. I think I submit my mic now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Moonlight. We appreciate you. And God will keep us. Then àdúrà náà tẹ́gbà. Àṣẹ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ikú gbígbóná ni gbogbo àwọn tó bá lọ́wọ́ sí ikú ẹ̀. Ikú gbígbóná náà máa kú. Let me quickly go to Olaide. Are you there now? Ready to Lola Pio Pio. Yetunde, please, let's have you. Yetunde, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Jock Daddy. I don't have much to say, but I'm just going to contribute to my own little knowledge about this justice for Mohbad, because all the panelists, they've said it all, the commenters and everything, and everyone. I want to commend Crunch Queen. She has been doing good jobs since this justice for Mohbad is being started. Crush Queen, thank you so much. I really enjoy your contribution and whatever you say about the justice. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan, a dúpẹ́. I want to talk about, I think Crush Queen have said it all. You will never said it all. You have said it all, but I'm still going to contribute just a little my own contribution. I want to ask the Lagos State government and Oba Said Elegushi, what did Mohbad and Joseph Aloba did to you? Said Oba Elegushi, what did Mohbad did to you that you pine him? What did Joseph Aloba did to you that you don't want that man to have justice on his son? What did Mohbad did to federal government of Nigeria? Because I don't understand. We've been on this thing, justice for Mohbad, for good, let me say for good 8 months now. We don't know where we're going to. We don't know how it's going to end up. Maybe we're going to see justice or not. We don't know. All the religion leaders, all the affairs, all the pastors, they say nothing concerning this justice for Mohbad. None of them come out to talk in favor of justice for Mohbad. I don't know. More between Nigeria and law, I don't know. And Oba Said, Oba Elegushi, you keep arresting people that are talking in favor of justice for Mohbad. You keep arresting them, but why? Why are you arresting them? Why? Do you want to keep people silent? You want us to silent? You don't want us to talk about this justice for Mohbad anymore? I still don't know. Said Elegushi, Mohbad wrote a petition to you. He put your name in his petition before before you buy Mohbad. Did you ever come out and say anything concerning the petition?
He's coming back.
I don't know.
No, he's not coming back.
Emma Binu Ejo. Be sure anymore.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Justice.
Rhoda, please, can you unmute your mic and speak?
Yes, so my big daddy York. I greet everybody. I greet my mommies. I greet my daddies. I greet everyone in the house. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I really appreciate you for your good work and for the voice to the voiceless, and you have been trying your best, and other people that have been truthful in this justice for Mohbad. I just have some few things to say, just as my own little brain as a little girl. You see, first thing about Nigeria is that my question is, do you think in a country where you use a criminal as a leader, do you think it's easy for people to survive in such country? It's not easy. Because when the leader are criminals, what do you expect? The backups. As I used to say, I might be little, death can come at any time and pick anybody. Kì í ṣe ìgbà tá a bá tó dàgbà látò kú, irọ́ ló wà nù yẹn. The only prayer you need to be praying is, God, when I die, let me see heaven. Because if you no see that heaven, even you die young, you die old, you no see heaven, and that one be the ìyà tó burú jù nìyẹn. Because I don't see in a situation whereby in a country where the leaders are even the worst of all. Because I see people complaining that the police are not working, the this thing are not working. I said this when this case first starts. I said we have three powerful people in this justice for Mohbad. I said it's Tinubu if he told me that he doesn't know, because when Sisi Quadri died, you heard about him, you greeted him, but you did not heard about Mohbad's case. Sanwo-Olu, he knows about it, because for a governor to open his dirty and stinking mouth and said, yes, people die like that, definitely you should know you have evil leaders. Not to talk of Elegushi. When Tinubu was still governor of Lagos State, you know how many lives were lost, not to talk of they can't become president. He can't still put in junior brother Elegushi, see their cheek, see their eke, see their cheek together, no be lies food here. What do you expect Nigerians to do when the people that are controlling them are the ones killing them the most? How do you want the police to work? Because if any police should try to say, okay, let me try my best, before 2 weeks, I promise you, the person, you just hear RIP about the person. So I'm really, sometimes when they said, when mommy Queen Cross said some pastors, don't even mention pastors. We don't have pastors or alpha, anything in Nigeria. The only thing that is saving Nigeria is the people that God have called in the first place. Is their, I can say, is their own power then that is still working for Nigeria. If not so, Nigeria is gone. To be sincerely speaking, how will 27 years old boy died, and the leaders are shaking their head because they know what is being. I said drugs, family, and music is part of this Mo case. They should come out and say it's a lie, and God should take their life within 3 days, and their family. The way you rob Access Bank man and his family, I don't care. Because this Nigeria is because I said it. I say it's either two things should happen to Nigeria. It's either they bomb that country off or they sell it to China. It's much better than all this suffering, because the promises are flying every day. They put their air as if they are not. They don't get what is happening there. These are the promises that are working for you guys. To honestly speaking, even our youth sometimes we are very stupid because they are using us a lot. They are using the youth a lot, and the youth are not ready to wake up because of the how much will they give you? They will tell you, don't worry, we will fly you out, we'll do this. At the end of the day, they will still be done to end your life. So what is the essence of you in that country? You're suffering every day, and you're still struggling to these people, fighting for them. I heard sometimes Sam Larry was out that every Brooklyn when you say, oh, your time never come. When God is ready to strike everyone, I swear, some people will cry in that country. Honestly, see, we should just. It's not that maybe as Mo died, the boy is a great legend because he just like he sacrificed a lot for Nigeria. In 100 years to this time, if they did not remember Mo, I swear Nigeria is ungrateful being, even the poor masses, because the guy is a great guy. He sacrificed for us. We don't know, not just because of Wumi or anything. He wants us to open our eyes to see a lot of things. People will say, Kenny can have died, but they did not say this thing. This one have died. Don't even try to compare more with any one of them because glory past glory. At the talk, more glory past Tinubu, the president of Nigeria self. But I believe God has been the one behind all these things. And I'm always telling God, if truly your word, you stand on it, that you valued your word more than your name. You said no evil will overcome light. And if Imole Ilerioluwa is light truly as you've called him, let that light shine. Let people that are doing this evil that they think they can do and go scot-free, let them feel your pains. Let them feel your heat. As dying every day. Imagine Bangboshe trying to struggle for his family too. The lady was coming. If to say the lady was doing hookup, we Nigerians will still be those almost she won't she She came out to struggle for his family, just for his family to be okay. But what was the end of it? They killed the girl just like that. And if you should do the findings, these are still the leaders. We are thinking, yes, we are under them. What is happening? So we need to wake up more than the way we've wake up before. If na prayer you feel pray, continue. Anything where you know say you sabi do am. Because that so-called Nigeria is not Nigeria. Nigeria ni. You should go and listen to that name very well. Nigeria. Una dey wake up, dey suffer. That is the meaning. That is the meaning because that country is no more. Una just dey waka. E come be like say na breeze just. But my prayer today is that God, I believe in your word. And he said, none of your word will go without coming true. I believe in your word that one day must be one day. They say every day is for the thief, and one day is for the owner. I rest my case now.
It's 12 o'clock in Nigerian time here. So we're planning to be rounding up. I don't want to stress us. Tomorrow is there. Super Vibes, can we have you, please?
Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. Crunch Queen, thank you very much for that great and wonderful analysis and submission. And the other lady, MS something, thank you very much. I think I just want to say few things, maybe one or two, to add up to what they've already talked about. I think my first point would be like, I think there is a lot of things that we need to look into critically first. First is that someone said something the other time that everyone, those who are back in Nigeria, they are picking them up, these and that. In my own view, I don't think that is true. What I think is this. I think a lot of or let me say some hosts, they are going beyond what they are supposed to do. They are going above. Let me use that word. You know, there are so many things in this more case that many people are supposed to be dealing with, but people are going off points and distractions everywhere, and it makes them to be, nailing too much things.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Okay, you can go ahead.
When did Mohbad died?
Yeah, probably. I will say 11. I will say 12.
Okay.
So
Where?
why I said that?
Don't worry, don't
You
worry,
said
don't give me the reason. Where did he die?
probably in his house.
You're not sure, probably.
Yeah, let's just say in his house.
No, 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 no. You have to be sure. If for 7 months now you're still not sure and you're saying probably, I think something is wrong. I need to get where you're coming from.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that your point, but Why I'm saying that is because we are not there.
Okay,
But
now put that aside again. I'm going to ask you another question.
all
In this
right.
whole justice for Mohbad on this black app,
Okay.
who are the people that have been shouting justice for Mohbad as hosts on TikTok that are based in Nigeria?
Oh, we have some of them.
Can you mention 5 people that have been fighting for true justice for Mohbad that is a host on TikTok and they're based in Nigeria, please?
If I'm going to ask you back that same question, you
You have
say
to
true
answer me.
justice.
You just have to answer me. Name the 5 you know that are hosts on TikTok that have been fighting for justice for Mohbad that are based in Nigeria.
Okay. I will say, let me say one. I say Anike Ade.
Okay.
Or let me say Westo, Arifa, Perkins, Veron, and a lot of them. There are so
No,
many
no, no,
of
no, no,
them.
no, no. I said 5. You mentioned Ayinka Ade, you mentioned Perkins, Veron, West, Arifa, and you said a lot of them.
Okay. Can I continue now?
Now, hold on, please. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
If out of 5 people you've mentioned, and 3 as of today are being silent, and these 3, these 5 you've mentioned, we have 4 that stay within Lagos, and we have 1 in Abuja. So let's concentrate on Lagos. The 4 in Lagos are being silent. So who is the host that is talking justice for Mohbad, that is based in Nigeria, that is based in Lagos, that is still talking? If they've silenced 4, and you said you don't think it's about coming for people, that this whole arrest is all about. That's what I'm going to. So maybe you should tell me that, oh, this person is a host, is in Lagos, and is still coming out. This person is a host, is in Lagos, and is still coming. If you can mention 3 aside the ones you've mentioned, and we've established the fact that they are being silent. If you can mention 3 hosts that's based in Lagos that are still talking for justice for Mohbad, then maybe we'll continue this discussion.
Okay. I'm heading somewhere, but you didn't allow me to land before you ask your question. Yeah, I think if I'm going to answer that, I think Ayinke Ade and
She's in Abuja,
okay,
she's not in Lagos.
okay, she's in Abuja. Yeah, I don't actually know most of them
There is
state of
nobody again. There is nobody again.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
but you
can
should
you
have allowed me to land with my
wait, hold
submission so
on,
you
hold
get
on.
where I'm
So
going.
that you don't give people wrong impression. Can you correct
Okay.
that your statement that you started with? That you don't think it is because these guys are in Nigeria they are picking them up. Can you correct that now? Because we've been able to establish the fact that these 4 names you mentioned, apparently they are the top this thing in justice for Mohbad, and they have been shut down, and we cannot even hear anybody again.
Okay, but can I put a question to you?
Okay, sir.
Okay, my first question will be this. Why are they arrested, if I may ask you?
They said, and I quote, for cyberbullying.
Okay, so who are they bullying?
The person that got them arrested.
The person that got them arrested.
As far as I'm
Okay,
concerned, that's what I heard.
okay.
Mm.
Now, can you allow me to continue so that you will get where I'm going?
Okay, let me be
Thank you
patient.
very thank you very much, York Daddy. Now, my first point is this. You know, I think there was a time around January or so. A lot of narrations begin to fly out, and there was a little bit of caution, but people don't adhere to the caution. Now, this is where I'm going to. This case basically is about Mohbad and those who find Mohbad at home on the 11th or on the 12th. We are not certain yet, but due to what we are seeing, some say 10, and some say 11, some say 12. Now, this is it. We are supposed to be talking based on fact and fact only, which is Wumi, Darusha, Adura, Prime Boy, Spending, and everybody around them, DJ Bami, all of them that are home with Mohbad, that are, in fact, that have a canter with Mohbad. So this should be the bone of contention that people are supposed to be discussing. Okay, this. So along the line, a lot of things begin to happen, which is money, money, money issue. Now, people diversify, informations begin to fly around there. Some will just come, breaking news, I had this, I had that. A lot of things begin to happen.
Sorry if
As
I
we
may
can see,
interject. Sorry if I may interject. You said
Jock
money,
Daddy, if you
money.
don't allow me to talk, you won't get where I'm
No,
going.
no, 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 no. I
See,
need to be getting. See, you're getting me confused with the way you're going. So you need to be taking it slow. And when you said money, 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 I don't understand that.
okay. What I mean by money, money issue is this. But we understand Jock Daddy. So many people have been having a lot of altercations, eating on each other, some hosts, some panelists, a whole lot of them, this has been going on for a whole lot of time now. And it has always been issue of maybe money or this or that. At the back end, you should understand what I'm talking about. So
Sorry. Let me quickly disconnect myself from that. I don't understand that because, as far as I'm concerned, money, 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 money was not what buy Mohbad. When Mohbad
we are
was
not
alive,
talking about
hold
money,
on,
money, money,
hold on, hold
bad.
on, hold
This
on.
is what I'm saying, that if you don't allow me to land, you won't
Just
get where
hold
I'm
on.
coming from and you won't get where
You
I'm going.
hold on. You just said in
Okay.
what you said in the last 2 minutes, you made
Okay.
mention of Wumi, you made mention of Didi Jebami, you made mention of Adura, you made mention of people in the house. You never even made mention of the petition Mohbad wrote when he was alive.
You didn't allow me to talk.
And
You are
and
cutting me short and you are
no, I'm
asking
not
me
cutting you.
questions.
See, this is it. If you have started from what happened to Mohbad in the last 24, 48 hours and you were mentioning names, I expect you after that one to go back to the petition he wrote 3 months before he died. Because this money that you went to is not even anywhere attached to what Mohbad said about.
We're talking about justice for Mohbad now. Is that not what we're talking about?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you should allow me to head to where I'm going so you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. You understand?
Go
I
on.
believe I'm just the only one you're cutting off to ask questions since everybody has been talking. So, but I'm heading somewhere, but you didn't allow me to even learn so that you
Go on.
get my own point. So, my own point basically is this. It's so simple. That I think it was December or January or so that all these issues of the king started flying around here and there. Now, this is my point. Someone said something that around that time, and I think I come up on someone platform too. I said that, and I said, look, if you don't have any facts about things, we should leave those things aside. Hmm? Let the Babalegu team, let them work, and at the same time, when you are coming up to say something, have your facts. Don't just say something based on hearsay. Mugbo, I hear. They say, somebody say. It does not hold any water in the court of law. I have this thing, I do this thing. When you don't have any concrete facts with you. But now we've listened to some people at the Corona inquest, and we've seen some interview live and some audio recordings from Tim Wumi, from a lot of them that they've given some interview. Now, when you are saying something you should be able to say something pertaining to those things that you've listened or heard. But some people will come out and begin to change the narrative on their own, like, okay, I know this one say that one say this one. And a whole lot of distractions now begin to happen, which actually begin to cause a lot of fractions in this justice for Mohbad. Now, you now see some hosts has their own followers, like disciples. So whenever you talk to this side, these other ones have their own, this other person has his or her own. So it now beginning to become like they are fighting each other to stay relevant, somebody to take the crown, somebody to be the best. So in doing this, a lot of things now begin to happen, like a crack in that justice for Mohbad team. The oneness that it started with begin to broken. I don't know, maybe you get the point I'm trying to make, or maybe we
The only way I can get your point is by asking your question. I ask
okay.
you again. You talked about money, 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 and I want to ask. Veronda was picked. What do you know why they picked Veron?
Yeah, I thought they said because the king that was making some analysis about the king, right? I'm sure they didn't pick Veron because
No, no,
of
no, no, no. It was making analysis about the petition Mohbad wrote, not about the king.
okay.
So now, in all honesty,
Yeah.
did Mohbad petitioned? Did Mohbad wrote a petition by?
Yeah, Mohbad wrote a petition.
Hold on. Did Mohbad mention some names in the petition?
Yes, he mentioned some names.
And did police treat Mohbad's petition?
Yeah, what we heard was that they say they invited him as well. And we don't know about that because
Did
nobody is
police,
there.
listen to my question, did police treat Mohbad's petition?
No,
Is it fear on Mohbad?
no,
Okay, if Veron should pick up that petition and read the petition and read the names that Mohbad mentioned in the petition, is it wrong?
no, that's not wrong.
So now, are you concluding with me, with all these your answers, that picking up Veron was wrong?
Okay.
Not
Yeah, I can say picking him up was wrong.
okay. So
Now, I
if
wanted to say something again. Your daddy. Now, I've listened to some hosts, you understand? And from what I can see is that some are very, let me put it this way, someone like I've listened to Aristocrat very well, and the man is very diplomatic about the way he handle things. I've listened to you too very well, and I say the way you handle things too, assuredly. I love it, and some people too. And I could see through some people, where they're coming from, what they are doing at the same time as well too. So, some hosts, let me put it that way, used to do things like, okay, they are pointing, you know, to people, oh, this one, I saw this one, this one, that, without no concrete evidence. Now, let me back to your question. You said Veron treated the petition Mohbad wrote to the police, and he was mentioning the same name. Hmm? Now, if I'm going to go by this logic, I don't see any reason why we should bring Obelegushi into this case. I'm just saying, if you let me land, you will get where I'm going. In the first place, you understand? Why I'm saying this is this. This man, people begin to say, oh, I think someone framed picture of Wumi's son with this man, and that is where it all started from. Oh, this one, that one, this one, blah, 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 they resemble. Just the same thing they did to, is it Mercy Shinwo's son or something like that? You know? And they now begin to put up this narrative out there. This thing, you don't have any proof about it. You are not sure. This thing just caused a whole lot of distraction, shifting the goalpost from the real culprits. Okay, you asked me the question the other time. You say, okay, these people are at home. This is what happened on this thing. So how does that now relate to the Oba? Okay, fine. You said because Mohbad wrote a petition and this thing was like this, right? But the Oba was not at Wumi's house. So when do people now begin now to start to abuse the Oba? Every day, Oba, Oba, Oba. That is where they now begin to miss the road. Instead of them to stay on point, stay on track. What happened? If you are going to be talking to Wumi, you talk to Wumi. If you are going to talk about the people at home and what you've heard,
Do you
put
have a copy of the petition Mohbad wrote to the police?
No, I don't have that with me.
Okay, can you just Google it and read?
Yeah, I will. I will. Why did you ask?
I want you to read it for me. I want you to know the context Mohbad wrote there. You need to know what he wrote there before you start talking. If somebody have wrote that they are threatening to kill him and he died after 3 months of the petition he wrote down, and you are saying it is not something they should mention people, he put down the names in that petition. You're saying it's not necessary. They should not look into that. And I wonder where you're speaking from. If you want us to continue with this conversation, I would like you to Google it and just read. If you, in order not to take much of your time, you can read the topic and the last paragraph. If you can just Google it, I will wait for you. I'm supposed to close this live by 12. This is almost 12:30. And if you can just do that, and I will just wait for you.
All right, I will do that.
I'm waiting for you so that we know where we are going. A lot of things have been happening in our country, Nigeria, that it is not giving us is not giving us a better country. So
all his wisdom will put someone like Konibaje out to represent him, then there's a lot of questions to be asked. But when you're asking your questions, guys, for the integrity of the movement of justice for Mohbad, speak intelligently, guide yourself. It does not benefit us that 1, 2, or 3, or 5 people are picked up. It doesn't make us look good. And even if it's one evidence where you made a mistake and they use it against you, that evidence goes against all of us that we're throwing out today. We're not telling you not to speak. We're not telling you not to fight. I have never left the movement for justice, even after what happened with Baba Mohbad. We have never left. We're fighting. I stand for freedom of expression. That's why I got involved in this whole thing. Just because of the journalistic aspect, freedom of expression. But I know as a trained, seasoned journalist, there are things you don't say and there are ways you say things. Especially for those that are coming up using TikTok as an opportunity to create a career. As a host, this can be your breakthrough as a journalist for the rest of your life. Don't cut it short by playing outside the rules. Every profession has its own rules. We're not asking you not to speak. We're not asking you not to fight, but we're asking you to fight and speak wisely. I don't want any of you in jail. If you get locked up, It makes me feel sad. I'm looking for Veron now. That's not what I plan to do, but that's what we have to do. We're fighting for Arifa. That's not what we plan to do, but that's what we have to do. Don't put us where we have to be distracted from the real cause. That's the summary of what we're saying. Please don't twist it. Don't twist it. Don't twist what we're saying. What benefit is it if we have to start bailing everybody? Because everybody wants to talk anyhow. Freedom of expression is not a license to be stupid. It does not give you license to create lies and manipulate. I hope you've heard this morning. God bless everybody. Thank you, Titus.
So special that anyone cannot do. But the thing is, some are those who can do it, but they are doing it for certain reasons, or for a particular, they might be doing it for certain agenda. But let's leave that. Doing that, it's a compliment to me. First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate everyone. York Daddy, I appreciate you for even trying to uphold the move or the movement of justice for Mohbad. Since should I say incarceration of Arifa and Westo, they thought nobody would stand up to speak in that same direction. But we appreciate you, especially, for standing aloof to ensure that the voice of those who speak for justice is never and is not going to be silenced. I appreciate you for that, and I doff my cap for you. I give you as much salute as my strength can. All the panelists, those that have gone and those that are still on and those that will join, I respect your intelligence, the vibe, the drive, and the wisdom you have used in contributing to enlighten us and to give us a direction. Are confident that justice is still alive and justice will definitely get. There are a lot of there are a lot of distractions, and you have made us to know that those distractions should not be given any attention. And the commenters, thank you so much for all you have been doing. Your typing, your fingers have done wonderfully well, and we really appreciate that. You see, I will not talk too much because I will be doing one or two things. The little I will say is this.
Mr. Gracie, please.
Yeah?
Mr. Gracie, let me just clear this. Somebody asked in the comment section, because I don't want us to misinterpret what I posted here. I said freedom for Westo. That is what I said. Westo was not arrested, but he's not free to come out because they are looking for him to pick him up.
Well, let me just say a word to that. Like, a brother of yours called me few moments ago.
That person is not my brother, please.
To ask, what happened to Westo? Was I not there yesterday? I said, look, anybody that is not allowed to walk freely deserves his freedom. Westo deserves to be free, as in to come out from his hidden place. Because I know and I can say that wherever he is, I don't think he's comfortable where he is. He's a talker who has been deprived of talking. Is a moderator who has been denied that moderation. Is an enlightenment creator who has not been given the chance to enlighten the people. A lot of things have been taken away from me, and those are the things that make body, soul, and spirit to be happy. But those things have been taken away. I don't think he's fine where he is, so he deserves his freedom. While we are working and praying, because the two people we know where they are now are Veron and Arifa. Their freedom, by His grace, shall be guaranteed anytime soon. We trust in God. We trust in God. We believe in God. And whosoever is on God's side, no matter the persecution, no matter the tribulation, he will definitely laugh last. The Konibajes, you are mentioning Konibaje. There are a lot of Konibajes whose hobby is to bankonje. There are a lot of Konibajes. Even in every platform, the Konibajes will always come. But the Konibajes you are referring to, well, I like him as a person. I like him as a person because he's good at his own machination. If you are an evil, you are doing your evil and you are getting away with it. Give him some respect. He's smart. But one day, the God we serve will definitely catch up on him. He might be working for whoever or working for anything. We've seen that you are loyal to somebody or you are loyal to a group or you are loyal to a company. At the end of the day, it is one small thing you will do when God is ready to deal with you. It's one small thing you will do that the company will now deal with you mercilessly, that even your generation will regret ever working in that company. So you can continue. One day he will meet his Waterloo. And we, the public, that he think, we, the common masses, that he think is hurting, we will be the one to at least, we will be his saving grace. Are we going to save him or will leave him to suffer for what he has done? Well, Kunibaje he should know that he has done a lot of damage, not to anybody, but to himself. Because there is nothing anybody can do that will shut the voice of justice for Mohbad. Until we get that justice, we are not keeping quiet. And we are not relenting. We are not keeping quiet, we are not relenting. Because one thing we are convinced of is that Mohbad died in that house. Mohbad died in that house. So tell us, who killed Mohbad? How did he die in that house? Very simple question that we need to ask. And thank God, the judiciary is not shying away from trying to unravel the mystery behind somebody who walked into his house healthy, and after a few hours, he was taken out dead. So the explanation and whatever they are going to say must be convincing. We don't want to know. I am not interested in alibi or whatever. But what I'm interested in, he went inside with how many people? He got into the room with who? And thank God, spending has helped us to some extent in which we should be confident about. And maybe that is why they have been doing all this run around to distract us, not to focus on that breakthrough we just got through the confession and witness of spending. More are coming. Revelations will show. So they should be, we should be ready, and they should be prepared to fight dirty. We will not drag anybody, we won't fight anybody, but we'll continue to reveal the truth and to hammer on the truth that we have seen and we know. Hopefully, by next inquest, Prime Boy will talk. The pathology, possibly because of the news we heard recently that the pathology result, the autopsy result and toxicology results are out. So there might be a pathologist from the state might be in court to read or to admit or as in it before the court. So whatever the result is on the pathology, that will not stop our own investigation and our own application to the coroner to bring forward witnesses that will help this case. All we care after is to know what killed Mohbad. Even if we accuse anybody wrongly.
Sorry, Grace.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Grace. Please, I just want to ask something, please.
Okay.
I greet Yoki Daddy. Good afternoon. I don't know where you are now. And Andy, Grace. Thank you so much. Please, I just have something to ask, please. Issue of arrest that they are just arrest everybody now. Please. So I don't know. Maybe we can't do anything about it. Can we make an arrest too? Like this Sakiki that said, Taiki now says something that is not interested in this one. So we cannot arrest that guy too. Let him to be in the station, in the police custody too. That's useless Sakiki, please.
Well, please
let him do something.
Okay, sir. Well, to me, those who will go for the arrest and those who will make the arrest, if they are here, they are hearing. And if any step is to be taken, it should be taken. My own is, no matter what, if you are fighting for justice, there are prices you must pay. There are prices you must pay. Let them come, and even if they pick me today, please, just try to at least make sure you facilitate the food I'll be eating. I'm not bothered. It's one of the things we are prepared for. If truly we are fighting for justice, we must be ready for the sacrifices. At every point in time, it will cost you money, it will cost you time, it's going to cost you. Even the data we are using, it's costing us. We must give the sacrifice. Those ones that wants to chase after them or go after them can do it. At least Baba wrote, a petition was written against Wumi. Where is Wumi? Walking freely. A petition was written against Darusha. They said he came to police station and wrote a statement. Because he came with a lawyer or whatever. He was asked to go. How many lawyers have been there for Halifa? How many Veron was arrested. And thank God, I know. Let the Konibaje know that Veron is not a good catch for them. I can tell you. I was there yesterday. I can say Veron is not a good catch for them. For him to say Veron, they must, it's not a good catch. It's not. So, both Veron and Harifa, they are in good spirit. No matter the tension they are, their spirit is still high. They send their greetings to everybody. And despite giving caution not to mention name, they are still very supportive of justice for Mohbad, and that we should keep on fighting for the justice so that the death of that boy and the suffering or the detention they are under will not go in vain. Because if we don't get this justice, and Arifa was there for how many weeks, Veron is there now. If we don't get the justice, if we don't get this justice, we should know that this 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 punishment or this situation they are is in vain. But if we get justice and everybody, in how many, no matter as much people that can be detained, and we eventually get this justice, please and please, we'll be happy. Because the death of Mohbad, the persecution we have witnessed, the insult we have taken, so many things we are taking will not go in vain if we get justice. So we should not relent, we should not keep quiet, we should not let our spirit be higher than even when we started. Let us be more proactive and more strategic in this cause for justice for Mohbad. And if at the end of the day we get this justice, if we have accused or wronged anybody, we'll come back to apologize. But when we are fighting justice, error for new and to okay, hello. So abatani, ẹni tí àbàtà yẹn bá tàbà kó jọ kó sì bá wa fi para náà. But for now, we're you see the symbol of justice that is in court. Wọ́n bò lójú kò ríran ni. If you are fighting for justice, you don't see anything. Just keep going on the path of justice. Even without seeing who is crossing you or who is greeting you, even if they are greeting you, you are walking on the path of justice. Oh, kneel down. Because where you are going is where you should focus on. So let us be focused. Nobody should give you any negative impression or negative narrative. Our move is as our moves have been positive. It has all been positive. So let's hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So it's really very challenging, very, very challenging, but the end will justify the means. The sacrifices worth giving, because justice does not come easy. We should be resolute. We should be very, very resolute and upright in what we believe in. Please and please, there are a lot of things we might not be able to say online, but be rest assured that those people who are on the field working for the success of this movement, they never relented and they are up for it. Or anybody that wants to drag anybody can go on. That is their own cup of tea. I am not interested. But one thing I have seen in God is that anybody that tries to drag me is a space of few days. God knows how to deal with them. God knows how he deals with them, because I have never for once compromised or taken back because of my selfish or personal gain. Never. So on the GoFundMe, I will beg everyone, let us keep on donating as God has given us. As God has given us. We donate to churches. We don't know how churches are spending their money. We donate to mosque. We don't know how mosques are spending the money. But this is a platform for justice. This justice for Mohbad will help to change the story and change the narrative of what is of Nigerian situation. God can use it. We can use it. It's going to be a reference point for good and for transformation in this country. So no matter what you give to this justice, time, money, your resources, your everything, as long as is within the framework of justice for Mohbad. God in his infinite mercy knows how to reward everyone. And until I come back, maybe later in the day, because I want to do one or two things, I'll come back to probably brief and say one or two things. Thank you very much, Mr. York. Be good. I love.
Please, I have a quick question, Grexy.
Okay, ma.
What is the plan? You know, because what I'm thinking now, you know that by this next inquest, yeah, let's just say maybe all they will read that post-mortem result.
Yes, ma.
So if they read it, then they have what? Is it 5 days? They have to prepare the death certificate. So let's just say maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
They would now have to push to say, okay, we should go and take our corpse. So
Okay.
is it not wise that we start planning, thinking about his burial? Because otherwise, are we going to keeping him in the morgue? You know, or what is? It just crossed my mind, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna come.
Thank you very much, my sister. May your wisdom never go dry, because you see, it's not for me to say it, and it's not for when it's coming from people like you. We should have our mind towards that thing, the burial. There is no amount, there is no length of time that this will take. At the end of the day, we will bury. But when it's time, I'll try to relay the message to whoever that I think is necessary. We'll come back and they will start making plan for it. Thank you.
Fine. Okay, just to clear people at the comment section, no, it's good to think about it, because even whatever is the case, you know, if you say we have to take our own samples for autopsy, we're not going to keep him till December now. That's a waste of money paying for the morgue, because they take the samples, they'll tell you go and bury him. So we still have to think about it. So what Grex is saying about, you know, talking about it or making plans for it is valid. Seriously. Because to be honest, if you have to act fast or make hay while the sun shines. This is May, so even if we say we keep him, maybe we pay for 1 more, 2 more, 3 more months, but we can't keep him to December. That's like throwing money. Instead, use that money for the burial. Plan things on time and act swift. That's what.
Yes, you're right. But one thing is, what I know that must happen is, if the corpse is not going to affect justice, we can put it to rest. But if we should be more focused on getting justice. We have delayed the corpse for some time, and it's not going to be as long as we have delayed it. We are getting to justice. All we should be preaching, and you as one of the loudest voices in this movement, should be that we will do the burial when we get justice, and when we notice that keeping the corpse in the morgue will not affect or have any impact on the justice, then we'll be able to, because the burial is going to be celebrated. And for me to have my full joy in putting Mohbad on the ground will be when I have justice.
Okay, so we're just talking, yeah? So, but you see, the thing is, let's look at it this way, because for me, I don't know, I just like to think ahead. So look at it this way, right? So let's say now, this is hypothesis. So can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Okay, I was asking a question. Yeah, I was asking a question. So let's do a hypothesis here. Let's say the result comes out and it's not in our favor. Yeah, and we take samples. Would we have to keep it there until, because this justice, do you think we'll get justice this year? If the case gets to criminal court, sometimes they take 1, 2 months, 3 months for sitting, so they have one sitting, the next sitting, blah blah blah. What do you think? I'm just thinking aloud, I'm not on the offense or countering anything. I'm just thinking, my head is just thinking all over the place.
Can anyone hear me, please?
I can hear you.
Okay. Still on what we're discussing, and I think I understand the part Anne is trying to go to, but I don't just want us to divert from what we're actually talking about. Let's finish one before we go to one. My own take on the barrier is that until they do the necessary distance, nobody they bury anybody. For me, my own opinion anyway, I've not even sat down and thought about bury or anything. What we are saying now is justice. It's justice we want. Our brothers are being held in custody. They are yet to be released. Veron is there. Arifa is there. Westo, his freedom is still at stake. DNA is not done yet. They said toxicology and autopsy is out. They said, that's what the government said. And for me, is it whatever their result is, no. What I'm so interested in is that DNA. Get that DNA done for me. Let's establish that fact, that obvious fact. Let's establish it. Burial for now. Baba should not worry to do any burial. There's Omo Yekere. Is resting already. This you don't die. Whether he day morgue or you don't go. But we need to get justice. We need to get justice for this guy. You understand? So burial now, for me, we will come to burial. But this justice, let it come forth. Whether we follow DNA to get justice or we follow autopsy to get justice, let's get justice. Don't forget, in Mama Mohbad's, what's it called, talk, Mama Mohbad said that Baba sent some people to stab Mohbad. Now, if Mama said that they sent some people to stab Mohbad, and Mohbad was sleeping in a room with Wumi, because in Mama's interview, Mama said, mo bèrè ọmọ mi ló sùn, mo sọ pé ṣé yàrá kan lẹ ṣáà sùn, èmi máa advice wọn kọ́njọ máa sùn papọ̀ ní ọkọ àtìyàwó máa sùn papọ̀ ní lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì kan. So whoever that have come to that house to stab Mohbad, all the people in the house must witness it. The wife too must be in the know. So if Iya Mohbad has confirmed that Mohbad was stabbed, that means Wumi knew or knows who stabbed Mohbad, because Mohbad was not stabbed in the party. Mohbad got home safe and sound. So the stabbing happened in that house. Who stabbed the boy? And if there's something I'm not getting between Wumi and Mama, I mean between Wumi and Mama Mohbad, their body language is not too plain to me. If Mama is saying they send people to stab Mohbad, and Wumi was in the house, and they asked Wumi, walk by your husband, and he said, let us wait for autopsy. Why is Wumi trying to cover the people that stabbed Mohbad? Because the mother said that they stabbed this boy. I don't understand. Maybe anybody is getting me. Comment section, please. Can you help me? Am I communicating?
Look, please, I'm sorry. I have to say something because
Okay.
I clarify something. So please, let me, and you permit me, okay? Just bear with me. Please, sometimes, I have to just say this. Let's not be nasty, especially to our team. Anybody who would think that, I am anti-justice or I'm trying to push the cart before the horse would be stupid.
Nobody. Please hold on.
Hold on. It's not you, it's the comment section. And I want to clarify something. Okay, go on. No, it's not nice. It's just the way they come for you, like they want to strangle, like you've just said something nasty. It's not fair. Come on.
And hold on. You should.
It's not you, York. It's not
Just
you.
hold on. Just hold on. You of all people should know how the comment section is. You have different kind of people in the comment section. You have the people with fake accounts in the comment section. You have the people that are anti-justice in the comment section. You have the people that they claim that they are justice, but they are anti-justice. So they just find a way to just come up with rubbish.
But it's good to also clear the narrative. Just because it's what is done does not mean it's acceptable, especially when something is misconstrued. Because I'm not saying, Bokrati was talking, he was going a train of thought. And I was just thinking, okay, so, we have the corona, they read the results, we take our samples, but okay, think ahead. Okay, yes, we would now have to put him to rest. All of that needs to be planned for, but nothing to say that put the cart before the horse.
You're
so
correct.
you don't need to come and try and attack somebody because it's stupid. It means you're running with half-baked truth and not even trying to see where the other person is coming from. I would not, for God's sakes, from September to now, I would not be thinking of burying the corpse without justice. No, now it's common sense to know that they would take samples. It's common sense to know that there will be samples for DNA. It's common sense to know there will be samples for the post-mortem, and then, of course, proceed with putting the corpse down. Simple.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just a train of thought that Gurexi was going. So I just thought, in that line of thinking further on, nothing else.
You're right. And like I said, we have to, how this thing operates. You know how the comment section operates. So please, at times I try to close my eyes on the comment section, because they will just bring some things that are not even genuine, So please, and if somebody come up now and say that you're anti-justice, I think they need to go and probably examine that person. Yeah. So thank you, Anne. Some commenter on Colos. Thank you very much, Anne. So please, let me go ahead with what I was trying to say. And I was trying to ask comment section that now, if Mama Mohbad, we all heard in her last outburst when she was saying, "Want to post me, blah 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 blah," and she said emphatically that Mohbad was stabbed.
Young Daddy, please, I'm sorry, can I just say something? Please, can you block Midday 1004?
I don't get me. They want for moderators, please do your work.
I think you are the only one that can block him. Block her. Midday 1 is in your comment. Just check, it's there.
Why this TikTok they foolish now? So you get Nurse Feyi, bá mi pè níbi tó ti ń gbọ́. Nurse Feyi. Nurse Feyi. Nurse Fèyí o. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti sọ láàárọ̀ yìí báyìí. Nurse Fèyí. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti sọ láàárọ̀ báyìí. Kí lẹ wá ṣe níjọ́ Tuesday? Okay, please, if you have the voice note, please just play. I don't want us to get the whole thing, the whole show. Don't let this get boring. Just fast forward it and play it where what's the name? At that point that Mohbad was saying that Mohbad was stabbed. Then prepare the Tolani's own. Thank you. Let me open the floor for my great panelists. Okay, iOS said you have it. iOS, are you there?
I'm here. Actually, the clip is just 1 minute 25 seconds, and I'm trying to figure out the exact place she said. But I think 1 minute.
Just play it. If
Okay.
it's 1 minute, play everything. Play the 1 minute 25 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Kí ni mo ṣe gbà mí lọ́wọ́ jòsí o ẹ gbà mí lọ́wọ́ jòsí àti Bukky Jesse. Kí ni mo ṣe fún ọgbà ẹ̀yà bí amọ̀ ọ̀run ìgbà tó pa ọmọ mi tán wọ́n tún fẹ́ pa ìyá wọ́n tún fẹ́ pa mí. Igbó kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe mí o kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe mí kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìyàwó ọmọ mi kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àdúrà kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìyá. Ẹ ṣàánú fún mi o wọ́n ti fún mi gbá ti fẹ́ pa mí o Bukky Jesse ti pọ́sìtì lẹ́mi o bí mo ṣe lọ bí mo ṣe wà ní Bukky Jesse pọ́sìtì o. Ẹ ṣàánú mi o ní tí Bukky Jesse wà kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe mí o kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe mí kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìyá wọn kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àgbà. Ìgbà tí mò ń wá àlàyé oníká máa pariwo ìgbà tó bá bá iṣẹ́ ti rí wọ́n ti fẹ́ pa mí o Bukky Jesse ti fẹ́ pa mí o ṣe lónìí kan máa ṣọ́ mi kiri mí lè rìn ẹ̀rù bà mí gbogbo mọ́tò ní ṣíṣe ọmọ wa tẹ̀lé màá yẹn máa kún iwájú ilé mi báyìí ìyìnbọn pé mi náà wò èmi náà wá ń wò èmi náà ń wá kiri ẹ gbà mí ẹ ṣàánú mi o mi ò ní èèyàn kọkọ èèyàn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ gbà mí mo ná lọ́rùn o mo dẹ̀ yín yẹn ṣàánú fún mi Sanwó-Olú bàbá Sanwó-Olú ṣàánú mi.
I think this one does not really have that part where she said
they've addicted.
I think they've addicted this one.
They've addicted that part.
I think Pretty Ralph. Let Pretty Ralph please play the one she has. Maybe it's the original one.
Pretty Ralph, please. Do you have the unaddicted version?
I'll try to check more.
I sent it to you. I sent it to your phone. Phone me.
And it's like that link. They've brought the link down. That's what he's saying. I don't know. Please. The complete is on.
What about you block the link here?
Okay, and this one that iOS have is the addicted version. Please, I don't want.
Just hold on. I'll look for it. Just hold on.
At times you ask yourself a question that why are these people? Buy your billion. Don't plus your loan on your card. Don't block her. Don't block mama. Mama look go shadura fún wa lórí page lára. Don't block her. So as we're still looking for the video where mama said a whole lot, I would like us
Later, maybe we can check in Okiki platform. Okiki, we have it.
I would just want us to say one or two. I just want us to say one or two because Bojo deleted. Why are they deleting all these things? Why don't you delete it? Tó bá mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe, tó bá mọ̀ pé orí justice náà wà, why are they deleting it? Why? Okay, please let me just make the floor open for the panelists as we still check for the video online. Please, I've said one or two things. I've laid a foundation. I've tried to make a connection, that there is a connect between what Mohbad, what she said that about the stabbing. And if somebody is being stabbed, he was stabbed in his house. So the wife should be in the know, the people should be in the know, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't tell us that somebody entered the house and come and stabbed all of them. So please, and the people that are trying to edit, God pass you now, God go catch you now. All of you now, where they try edit. Please, panelists, unmute your mic. And Lizzie Ice, you can go. Lizzie Ice, you can go first.
Okay. I want to add something because this stabbing issue is becoming more serious.
Sanwó-Olú ṣàánú mi. Ṣàánú mi, màmá. Ìyá rẹ̀ mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú fún mi. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí kókó tún ṣàwọn ọmọ mi. Ẹ ṣàánú mi, àwọn ọlọ́mọ tó ń lọ sí skul. Ibùdó Bukky Jesse ní kó máa lọ máa pàdé àwọn ọmọ mi ní skul. Ìyẹn ló ní kó máa pàdé àwọn ọmọ mi ní skul. Bá kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣàwọn ọmọ mi bá ọmọ Nàìjíríà gbà mí o. Tẹ bá mọ bí tí mò ń gbé tí Bukky Jesse wá mi débẹ̀. Mo sá fún wọn tó. Ìgbà tí wọ́n pa ọmọ mi. Tí wọ́n pa promise Ayọ̀bámi tó pa Emmanuel mi. Wọ́n fẹ́ pa ẹ̀yà àti ọmọ ló fẹ́ pa ìyá wọn fẹ́ pa mọ́wùmí wọn fẹ́ pa ṣáàlà pa Mohbad ni. Àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan pa ẹgbà mí o. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà yá bí amọ̀ ọ̀rúdà ibi amáyédà. Mo ṣọ ti rí ní Ayọ̀bámi sórí kọ̀ọ̀kan mi àti gbàgbà mi. Kí ni mo ṣe Ọlọ́run o? Ẹgbà mi Bukky Jesse àti iṣọ́ ti fẹ́ pa mí o. Bukky Jesse àti iṣọ́ ti fẹ́ pa mí o. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n fẹ́ pa mí. Àwọn ọmọ tí mo ti kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ṣe lọ́mọ nítorí wọn kiri. Àwọn ọmọ mi máa ṣàwọlé ní ìṣẹ́jú tó bá lọ sí wọn léde skul. Wọ́n lé àwọn. Wọ́n máa ní wọ́n lé àwọn yìí o báwọn lè lọ sí skul. Àdúrà lè wá mi wá èmi ni màá wá lọ ẹ̀kọ́ máa gbà àwọn máa lè lọ dàdúrà. Àwọn máa dè lọ dé mọ́ òun yẹn ló fẹ́ gba ìyá mi. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà gbà mí o. Ẹ wo ìyàpọ̀ báyìí tí Bukky Jesse bẹ́ẹ̀ ti pọ́ sí mi. Kí ni mo ṣe fún Bukky Jesse? Ẹ̀yin rán Bukky Jesse. Ẹ̀yin rán Bukky, kí ni mo ṣe fún? Kí ni mo rà nígbà? Kí ni mo ṣe? Mo bá ti wọ́n dà. Mo bá yẹ ṣe mí. Ìgbà tí wọ́n pa ẹ̀tọ́ wo bá ṣe ń ṣe mí. Wọ́n bí bàbá ẹ̀jọ̀ sí bó ṣe ń ṣe mí. Wọ́n bí jọ́sí ṣe ń ṣe mí. Ìgbà tí wọ́n pa ẹ̀tọ́. Ṣé jọ́sí ló mọ̀ pẹ̀tọ́ pẹ́? Jọ́sí ló lórí kọ́kọ́ wá fún ẹ̀ka òjò sórí bá ló pọ̀ lórí kan sí ẹ. Mo ní kó máa sí ẹ kó máa jí dìde.
Please, I am live.
Mo ní kó máa sí ẹ.
Please take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Where he said, Josilo Nikon Loguen. That's the emphasis I want to give. Thank you.
Okay.
Jọ́sí ló lórí kọ́kọ́ wá fún ẹ̀ka òjò sórí bá ló pọ̀ lórí kan sí ẹ. Mo ní kó máa sí ẹ kó máa jí dìde.
Thank you very much. You've heard where she said, Josie Onikon Loguen. Abi, do we hear it? Comment section, Shagbo. Do we hear that? Okay. Josie Onikon Loguen. Please, if you have, I am live. Do you have the Tolani voice note, please? Who has the Tolani voice note?
I don't have it.
Okay. Thank you. Who have the Tolani voice note? Aloni Tolani voice note. Oh. Ibi tó ti sọ pé you have it. Okay, please send request. Pretty Ralph. Send request, please. Thank you. It was loud and clear. Send request. Pretty Ralph, where are you? Where's your request? Send request and come on. No, don't worry, don't worry. Send request and come and play it for her. Okay, you're sending it to your other phone. Axion said that you let them send it to your phone. Don't worry, they cannot edit it now. People have it already. I think it's even on Okiki's page. I think she has it too. So they can do. They're just trying to. God is exposing them. The more they talk, the more they shiso. The more God exposes them. The more they talk, the more they shiso. The more God exposed them. You know, so no issues. You're waiting. I want us to hear that part also. I want us to hear that part. That part that Tolani said that Mohbad saw it. And the parts, because I asked myself a question. Even if they say your dog is sick, will you now get to where your dog is and you now enter to go and see the sick dog? How will Mama Mohbad get to Mohbad's house that night and will not enter inside the house to see his son? You know? And I'm beginning to wonder, how?
Okay, now.
Yeah, please go ahead and play. Thank you very much.
àwọn àgbẹ̀ padà sínú mọ́tò yẹn kan tó wá announce àwọn ìbọn ìṣẹ́ tó wá sọ kó tí kò fún ọ̀fẹ́ sọ lórí ọ̀kadà. àṣírí tèmi fẹ́ kẹ́ mú dání nìyẹn ṣe rí i pé wọ́n mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ lọ gbé Mohbad padà sínú mọ́tò yẹn láti fi lè announce ikú ẹ̀. ó ti yé yín wọ́n lọ gbé ọ̀kadà ni wọ́n fi gbé bàbá olówó lọ sí hospital ọ̀kadà irọ́ dẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n lè má gbé ọ̀kadà kankan bet èmi náà mọ̀ pé script ni inú mọ́tò tí wọ́n gbé Mohbad lọ Mohbad is dead Mohbad is dead ibi tí script tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn àbí mo parọ́ first script tó máa kọ́kọ́ dà síta òun ni nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ ń bìbà ìtítọ́lá nìyí ń sọ àánú bàbá Mohbad ló ṣe mí jù. àwọn àgbẹ̀ padà sínú mọ́tò yẹn kó tó wá announce àwọn ìwé ìṣẹ́ tó wá sọ kó tí kò fún ọ̀fẹ́ sọ lórí ọ̀kadà. ọ̀fẹ́ sọ lórí ọ̀kadà. àwọn tó ń pọ̀ ló máa ṣe DNA òṣèwọ́ ló ń ṣe bàbá máa jọ òun ló lọ mọ̀ sí ibi díẹ̀ bàbá máa jọ òun ló lọ mọ̀ tó gbé wọn ní. ó yá o ibi tó fẹ́ dé yìí kẹ́ ẹ bá mi la etí yín sílẹ̀ mà ẹ̀yin abiyamayé kẹ́ ẹ bá mi gbọ́ ibi tó fẹ́ dé yìí kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan àṣírí tí àgbọ̀ rí tí wọ́n tún bì báyìí ẹ máa gbọ́. tọ́sán ń pa Wùnmí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Wùnmí gan ń pa irọ́ ni ẹ máa gbọ́. ọmọ yẹn jẹ́ kíkan ọ̀nkú ọmọ yẹn jẹ́ yẹn náà kò ń ṣe ẹni tó lóòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n kò yẹ ọ̀pá wa ní ọkọ̀ ṣe ẹni tó lóòótọ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rí voice note tó sọ pé. kò ń ṣe ẹni tó lóòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n yín o àbẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́ ẹ gbọ́ àbẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́. gbogbo òkè wọn fóònù ẹ̀dá gbogbo ẹ̀dá kan rí fóònù ẹ̀ náà gbogbo àwọn Naira Marley yẹn oyè yín àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ àdúgbò yẹn ẹ ti ọ̀dà sáfì náà ọ̀gá ẹ̀yìn ránṣẹ́ ẹni tó lóòótọ́ ṣé ẹ̀ rí bí fídíò tí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ti sọ tí bàbá yẹn ti sọ pé ibo ni fóònù mi wà kí ló ti gbogbo WhatsApp mi kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀gá ẹ̀yìn náà ṣẹni tó lóòótọ́ wọn ò tí ì rí fóònù ẹ̀ ọ̀sìn náà ẹ̀bí yàn kọ́ lóhùn because àwọn communication yẹn at least communication company ó yẹ kó lè bá wọn gbogbo that is part of investigation. so ẹ máa ṣe ń ṣe investigation lè wá ń da gbogbo justice irú ẹ máa fojú sunkún àwọn ọmọ yín Gbogbo discussion anything tó ti wọrí fóònù yẹn rí ló yẹ kọ́ lè print out kọ́ lè request. Ó tiẹ̀ dá. Ilé máa dọ̀dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀. Àwọn náà ti slow jù. Ó ti slow jù. Mohbad ti slow jù. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà wá ṣe ẹ̀mọ̀ kọ́ ti fún wa feedback. It's part of investigation na. Tó máa fún wa feedback ẹ̀ ṣe aṣọ kù wá jẹ́ kí wọ́n wò lọ. Gbọ́dọ̀ mi mọ̀ ni pé bàbá yẹn mọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bàbá Mohbad mọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bàbá yẹn has nothing. Bàbá yẹn ò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ó kọ̀ jẹ́yàn tó tutù ẹ̀mọ̀ kó tẹ̀ bá ti tutù. Àwọn èèyàn máa tẹ̀ka pásítọ̀ mi kò sí ó ní nǹkan wò pé kí ni ọ̀fẹ́ fọmọ nǹkan ọmọ ṣe jọba bá rí ibi níbí wọlé pásítọ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe sọ pé ibà Ọlọ́run ló fún Ọlọ́run ló gbà táwọn èèyàn ń tà ní sẹ̀sẹ̀ nǹkan mi. Ṣé mo wọ́n ti ní wọ́n ló sọ pé wọ́n ní kí ló tó lọ kó fún ọmọ yẹn kó tó sí kó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó fún ọmọ. Wọ́n kàn lo idiomatic kinní fún wọn. Ẹ̀yin fásitì mi, ó yá.
That's all. Hello.
Sorry, that's not the full one. If you can get the one that they did not mix, that's not the full one. There's a part, there's a one that she said in that conversation, this thing that she said, Mama Mohbad saw the corpse.
Okay, I don't think it's this one. Maybe another one. Let me look for that.
Okay. As we are still trying to get she said yeah, Mohbad no one be. I think this one they've edited it. Yeah, Mohbad no one be. Because we just want to establish the fact that Mohbad said that the boy was stabbed. Tolani said that Mohbad saw Mohbad on the floor. When Baba will get to Lekki with Mohbad did not enter the house with Baba Mohbad. She stood outside. You don't know. Now, let's take our mind off. If you don't know what happened to your son, they said something happened to your son. What daily are you going to stand outside? So we want to establish that Mohbad knows what happened to Mohbad. With this whole thing. Mohbad knows what happened to Mohbad. Because if he has gone to the house when Baba was going and decided to stay outside the house, she did not enter the house. She was inside the combat but did not enter the house. And she has come up and said that Mohbad was stabbed. Then Tolani said that Mohbad saw Mohbad's corpse. Oh. At what time? Time will run Mohbad to Bopomo Etiku. Why did Mohbad we agree and they played on Baba Mohbad's intelligence? By first of all taking that man to the hospital, where there was never a hospital. When Mohbad knew that she was not going to enter that house, that building. So something is up somewhere. Let me leave the floor for the panelists, please. I am light, you have it. Okay, I am light, send request, please. I am light, send request.
Yeah, young daddy. She's trying to play a game is when she go to Mercy Fund Me. And Mercy Fund Me ask her a question that, Mohbad, your sister says she see blood in the house. And Mohbad respond to Mercy Fund Me then that, I don't mind that, Jare. That's all she said. Don't mind that one, Jare. That's all she said. She didn't argue that her sister don't see blood or her sister see it. All her response is, I don't mind that one, Jare. That's all she said then. If not, she's playing game. Even though, let's just say it's not even your own blood. It's not someone that you born. Maybe you are just going on the road and you see someone, maybe you see some lifeless body on the road. Are you not going to just check that what is going on there? You're going to check that what is going on there, talk less of your own blood and fresh. flesh, someone that you born with your own. But now, someone can never be heartless like that. That you don't expect that they don't tell you that your son has already dead. You just go inside the house and you meet a lot of people and you cannot even. How did she know even that Mohbad is not dead? How did she know then? Let them play the voice note finish then.
Thank you very much. Let's
keep listening. I get. Come on, fi receive call. Phone tí ò ní phone ní fi rí social media. So wọ́n ti bá wọn change. I get. Ṣé kò yé yín? Hello. Network ibi tẹ́ wà yẹn bad. Hello jàre. Hello Uncle Sunday ṣe wà pa. Wọ́n ti já network wọn kò dá. Family wọn nílé náà. Àwọn family kan bá wa tọ́jú wọn nìyẹn. Àwọn family kan bá wa tọ́jú. Gbogbo irú bọ̀bọ́ yẹn náà wà mí tí ó wà ní ibi tó kú yẹn wà nígbà tí bọ̀bọ́ yẹn kú ilé wà ń bẹ̀ láì fandarẹ̀. Bọ̀dá yẹn náà wà live and direct níbi òkú ẹ̀. Wọ́n jọ wà níbi tó ń jọ ń òkú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ báyìí. Ìyá náà wà ń bẹ̀, ìyá Mohbad náà wà ń bẹ̀.
Okay, pause. Now you're going to rewind it a little bit. You're going to rewind it a little bit, where she said, "Iya Mohbad, iya no one be." We've been able to establish when Iya Mohbad said Mohbad was stabbed. Is everybody hear that? And now we're establishing the same fact that that Tolani said Iya Mohbad was there. Please play that part again.
Family kan gbà tó gbogbo irú bọ̀bọ́ yẹn náà wà mí tí ó wà ní ibi tó kú yẹn wà nígbà tí bọ̀bọ́ yẹn kú ilé wà ń bẹ̀ láì fandarẹ̀.
Did you hear that?
Bọ̀dá yẹn náà wà live and direct níbi òkú ẹ̀. Wọ́n jọ wà níbi tó ń jọ ń òkú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ báyìí. Ìyá náà wà ń bẹ̀, ìyá Mohbad náà wà ń bẹ̀.
Okay, pause. Iya Mohbad no one be. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Then after this, I will just mute my mic and I will allow my panelists to do justice. Listen to this.
Wunmi, ṣé o fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá Mohbad sọ nípa ẹ̀ irọ́ ni? Ṣé o mọ̀ pé ìgbà tá a wá síbẹ̀ yẹn náà mo rí àwọn àṣẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ àti òkè báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí? O mọ̀ pé kò sẹ́ni tó bí ẹ́ lè rọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òkè òkè kò tí ì yá.
Did you hear that? Ẹni tí ó bá gbọ́ Òyìnbó, sorry. Ẹni tí ó bá gbọ́ Yorùbá. Do you hear what the woman said? Check gbọ́ báyìí, okay.
Wunmi, ṣé o fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá Mohbad sọ nípa ẹ̀ irọ́ ni? Ṣé o mọ̀ pé ìgbà tá a wá síbẹ̀ yẹn náà mo rí àwọn àṣẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ àti òkè báwo ni?
Ó lóun rí àwọn aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí mò ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ àǹtí mi. Báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́?
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí.
Báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí? This woman said that when they got to the house, she was saying, Wumi, do you want to say what Baba Mohbad is saying? Tironi, Igbatiawa. When we came, I saw clothes with blood. I was asking my sister, why is blood this much? That means when you stab somebody If somebody was stabbed, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló máa jáde o. And this woman said ẹ̀jẹ̀ báwo lẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó ilé. Now, yeah, Mohbad has said Mohbad was stabbed. Tolani has said Mohbad mother saw Mohbad corpse. But on Tuesday, Mohbad's mom did not follow the Mohbad's father to enter the house. Now, this is Iya Mohbad's sister talking.
Ṣé o fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá Mohbad sọ nípa ẹ̀ irọ́ ni? Ṣé ọmọ pé bàbá wá síbẹ̀ yẹn nù mo rí àwọn àṣẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ àti òkè báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí?
Why blood completely like this? She saw some clothes with blood and she was asking, why is blood much like this? Now, I will rest my case there and I will allow my moderator to do justice. I'm going to start from top. Andy, Awesome God, Adiola, iOS, and Perry, Pretty Raf, Lizzie Eyes, and Schema.